A very good morning, everybody, and welcome to West London and to the Trailfinders Sports Club for the Under-18 Continental Tyres Bowl final between Gravesend Grammar School and Hymers College. Well, the players are about to head onto the pitch, and let's look at the cast of players on both sides today. This is Gravesend Grammar School's team list. From 15 to 1 they go Owen Walton, Mason Baker and Johnson Lay are the back three. In the centres it's the captain and vice-captain Logan Sims and Matthew Bailey combining. The halfbacks are Oliver Harmon and Ben Fenton-Smith. The front row have Woody Hauser, Jordan Wade and Zach Turley, a South East of England representative on the tight head side. In the second row it's the brothers Jake Chandler and Callum Chandler, and in the back row Daniel Obidenkov, Finley Hampson-Pugh and Connor Chambers. Their head coach Terry Papworth has overseen things in this 100th year of rugby at Gravesend Grammar School. It is their first ever under-18s final. Hymers College have had a longer journey down today. They are based in the centre of Hull. It's a Yorkshire side in another final, and this is their side. From 15 to 1 they go KG Ashalou, George Doyle and Patrick York are the back three. James Thompson and Xavier Goddard in the centres. The halfbacks are Max Walker and Albert Worrell. The front row sees Kieran Staniforth, Ride Rizvi and Yahya Fazal together. Harry Elston and Maxi Archer are in the second row. Theo Bayram, Ed Callin and Will Kitchen, who is also the captain at number 8. Well, here are Hymers College, an independent school in East Yorkshire. It's the first time their under-18s have reached a national final, but the under-15s have reached one twice in recent years, as well as going to the semi-finals in Aylesbury last year and losing. This side is built from those under-15 teams. They have a chance as an under-18 group, and they are facing the mites of Gravesend Grammar School from Kent, who have impressed on their circuit. It's a very tough circuit in Kent these days. Gravesend Grammar have come all the way through it. For this bowl final today, I'm delighted to be joined by the 2014 World Cup winner, Kat Merchant with England. Kat, great to have your company here in Ealing.
Yeah, really looking forward to this. You could see the lads in the warm-up earlier, absolutely pumped and ready to go.
Gravesend Grammar get us underway. A steeplingly high kick to get us moving. They're playing from right to left on our screen in the white, red and green colours on this set-piece occasion for the school. Knock on with their first opportunity to run it, so Hymers will get the chance instead. Out to their left winger and Patrick York. Tries to get his footwork going for the first time today. Will Kitchen, the number 8, then involved. Nice soft passing, and they're finding an edge already. Carefully closed down by Gravesend. Scrum half is Max Walker today. Getting used to this Trailfinders pitch, this artificial surface, which in this kind of weather is a wonderful track for running rugby. And Theo Bayram is getting to know Gravesend as best he can in these early stages. Here's Ashalou, lovely pass onto York, and the back three combining nicely with full-back and wing connecting.
No, it's your second bite.
Counter-ruck from Gravesend is a strong one. And he's going to come back and Ride Rizvi, the hooker for Hymers. One of the under-15 contingent that played in a StoneX final a couple of years ago now and lost to Cranley School. Walker to his 10, Worrell. And he's still going, Albert Worrell. Fancies passing on to someone with a bigger frame to truck it up in Ed Callin. Excellent skills early on from Hymers. They are putting this together very nicely indeed. James Thompson now. Gravesend trying to take their chance when they can on Hymers, but they're over-eager at the breakdown. First penalty of the final goes to Hymers.
Yeah, Hymers played really smart rugby there, playing from right inside their 22. What I like about them is they're really scanning. They're not just going same way rugby. They're catching when Graves are going over to that right-hand side. They're pulling it back to the left. Really great.
It's not gone out. Gravesend can take the ball, either relieve pressure or go from an awfully long way out. Xavier Goddard doing some great work to shut things down. He's got it back, actually, Goddard. Kitchen, the captain. Lock forward is Maxi Archer in the red scrum hat, red and black. And Walker and Worrell. And that's gone to ground. Gravesend get it back again, but from a long way away. But look at him taking on Ashalou. Big carry from Callum Chandler. First chance for them to put the ball through the hands. But space was behind, but that's gone far too long.
How nice must it be to have a player like Callum Chandler on your side when you need to get out of trouble, just to carry really hard into that defence. And then that's the error that started it. And then the great carry off it, great leg strength as well. And he's got the ball in one hand, he's scanning to see if there's anyone to offload to, but it's defenders that get there.
Hymers line up, tap down, a rather difficult one for Walker, but he's done well. Worrell gets off and going, and Hymers on the attack again, sizing up Gravesend, and going round the outside is Ashalou onto York once again, and the left winger has his feet taken into touch, and they're going to have to watch Patrick York very closely today. Gravesend Grammar, you sense. Couple of menacing runs down the right wing.
Yeah, he's got real pace and they're looking to get the ball to him. Great link between the back three players there, but an excellent cover tackle. Really smart to go low, to chop, to make sure those legs hit touch.
First line out for Gravesend. Jordan Wade, the hooker today, takes it down at the middle of the line out.
The tackle now, release!
Chandler again on the ball. And the scrum half, Harmon, finds grass. York wants to go quickly. And he's still got time on the ball here. York going off on an excursion around the sights of Ealing. Gets it onto Ashalou. Really have come to play this morning, Kat. Hymers, ball in hand. They've had an awful lot of time on it, but maybe this is why, because once they get their hands on you, Gravesend are pretty powerful at the breakdown.
Yeah, I think I like the quick pass in. I really like when players have the confidence to do that. Bounce not quite going his way, and then he ends up going a bit laterally. You can see what he's doing. He's waiting for that half gap to open up to go through, but you can end up, when you go from one side of the pitch to the other, getting a little bit isolated, as happened in the end there.
Numbers 5, thank you.
Gravesend Grammar's strength is the power game. We might get a chance to see it on the front foot from this line out. Chandler brings it away. Tackling is good from Hymers' Maxi Archer. Has gone forward, so they're just not getting to their game yet. The pressure a couple of times leading to handling errors.
Yeah, the pressure in that defence from Hymers, though, putting that onto them, getting that line speed up. But Gravesend, I think, at the minute will be a bit disappointed. But from that angle there, that's a bit harsh for the knock-on. I think that went back, but Hymers will be delighted with the decision as they get to now have a scrum.
5. Set.
Hymers
Oh, no,
have
wait, we spoke about
a big
what-
overlap
what
on
I
this
need.
right-hand
Let's go.
side. There's only 2 of Gravesend Grammar defenders over to this left, so it'd be interesting to see what they do here. They've got their winger dropped to cover the kick, but it's a lot of space, and these lads do like to run it from Hymers especially. We've seen
Crow.
Patrick York likes to have a go.
5. Set. Stay high this time.
Gravesend get a nudge on, but it holds well, the scrum for Hymers. Ashaloo. Worrell goes to the boot instead. Johnson Lay is back here and takes this at speed. Back to the fly half. Fenton Smith. Really well fielded by Hymers. They've set their backfield up nicely, and the attack comes from Worrell. Offloads to Staniforth,
Hands up.
the loose head. And here they go again with Archer. Legs taken by Gravesend. Bayram, captain of the under-15 side a couple of years ago. Ashaloo's kick forward is ricocheting out off a Gravesend boy.
Yeah, Hymers had a real opportunity there. They had numbers on this right-hand side. They just didn't quite use the ball quick enough to get it there, but they are having that overlap available to them. It just comes a bit slower behind. This is a brave tackle going in here. And then you can see what they're trying to do here, put it in between the gap between those defence, but just comes off the leg.
Well, Hymers' route to this final included a semi-final win against Shrewsbury. 22-12, they beat Shrewsbury. That was 3 weeks ago. Long journey down there for Hymers. And in the quarter-final, it was another long one, down into Coventry, but they got to play at the Bucks Park Arena, the home of Coventry Rugby Club, against Bab Lake School. So had 2 long away trips. Another long away trip for them down from Hull for this. They set off at 2 p.m. yesterday, playing with a really young team as well. A lot of lower sixth formers in the Hymers starting 15 today.
I think you can see that in the size difference between these 2 sides. We saw them in the warm-up, and one of the first things we noticed, wasn't it, was Gravesend Grammar looked like big lads, their units, and Hymers slighter. But you can see by the way they're trying to play, they get it wide, they use their footwork, they try and find those gaps.
Time back up.
One at the front. Walker moves it along. Coming hard and fast into things is Goddard's. Finds Ashaloo. There's more space over on the left-hand side. Into George Doyle's hands. First run for the number 14 this morning.
Back first.
Gone edge to edge here. And a foot in touch. Referee's assistant raising his hand.
And the crowd's pretty pleased there that Gravesend Grammar are going to get a chance for a line out here. But Ashaloo's a player, isn't he? He's really looking dangerous. He's linking well with his wingers, getting them good time on the ball. Here he goes, and it's that. Could he run? Is he going to pass it? Goes to the pass. Great footwork on the first one, and you can just see the scrag tackles and it are coming across just to get him out there, but a good initial footwork to beat the defence.
No
So Wade
contest.
finds his man again.
Good mark.
And the rolling maul kicks up a few gears.
Tackle now. And run.
And they're keeping it simple
Ball's there.
at this stage, Gravesend. Making things
Behind the
nice and
kicker.
tidy after
Seven retreats.
a couple of
Seven.
early errors in this final. But again, out on the full.
Yeah, 2 of those this game so far. They clearly are trying to play quite a structured game. Maybe they have set certain plays that they play in certain areas of the pitch. A lot of teams do, but just a couple of errors in terms of that kicking game going straight out on 2 occasions.
Rizvi's ball finds its way to Ed Callan in the end. And off and running at Gravesend players, and offloading is beautifully done to James Thompson. Hymers back row making the most of that loose ball. Worrell, Ashalou, lined up well by two Gravesend defenders. Kitchen. Fazal over to Ashalou, and Doyle sets his sights on entering the 22 and then offloading nicely. Ashalou continues. Next wave is ready. Kieran Staniforth heading things up. Archer, Worrell, Kitching, timing his run superbly, and the ball is quick for Hymers. The bounce taken well by Bayram, and Theo Bayram has barged his way through. The battering ram of Theo Bayram opens the accounts for Hymers College.
He had no rights to score that, did he? Apart from the fact his physicality to break through that defence. Excellent strength initially, and then the pace as well, because it's so difficult to go. So he took a big hit there, stops him, and then that re-acceleration, really great skill to have from a back rower. The great pass as well, width-wise, it doesn't matter, it hits the ground. And nice and explosive there. You have to say, Hymers have really been having a go, haven't they? They've been moving it wide, they've been attacking with a lot of flair. Gravesend Grammar, controversially, not had much chance to show what they can do yet.
We've got a ball.
Nothing less than what Hymers have deserved. They have dominated the opening 15 minutes.
They haven't, they've kept ball in hand a fair amount more as well, haven't they? They've been looking to move it across the back line.
Gravesend kickoff is again very, very good one. They'll get this back. Now maybe they can chance their arm. Obidenkov carried that into contact. But Hymers have got it back. And buoyed by their early score, Ashalou is going off on a one-man solo mission here. Puts good pressure on. Fenton Smith's kick doesn't find touch. Doyle. Kitching.
Use 9.
Box kick from Walker, and he's sent all the right players after it. Goddard with a lovely tap back, and then that next pass would have been otherworldly
Knock on from White in the tackle.
from Staniforth.
Some great skills there. One-handed offload is something they've been doing quite a lot of as well. So there's the box, and a great chase to go up. The centre does really well to sight it overhead to pull it back as well. And then judged to have hit a defender's hand there for a knock-on.
Go! Set!
Hymers again under pressure. That Gravesend scrum is certainly getting the ascendancy. Ashalou, York, barges out of the first, looks for support and gets it from Kitching. Ashalou has to protect the ball, and penalty for Hymers. Ashalou picks and goes. Gravesend gather around him. Good spin away from Archer.
Tackle hands away!
Ed Callan comes in, has to step away, does really well to stay on his feet, Callan.
Tackle release.
Gravesend's defensive mettle going to be tested again. They pride themselves on this aspect of the game. But look at the line from James Thompson. He found a hole and he zipped right through it, the outside centre. Hymers with the second.
Yeah, really nice straightening line there, wasn't it? I think because they've had that width and they've got their danger players out in that back three, that was a beautiful line from Thompson just to pick in between the defence, because they've done a load of work earlier on to stretch that defence. And here you can see they've got players running out and around options, and that is a beautiful line there. So hard to defend against when you cut that out to straightening line, especially when you've got the back spread out as they were there with lots of different options.
Conversion after is good as well from Albert Worrell. What a beginning for Hymers.
Really love the style of play that they're bringing. They are playing with the exact amount of flair that you expect under 18s to do, but you see they've got options all over here. Could have hit Ashlew, could have gone out to the wing, but centre runs that great hard line in Thompson.
What a take this is now as well from Archer. Walker. Bayram. Again, the Bayram bump is proving very effective. Here he goes again. Theo Bayram, he's away. Pops it back on the inside. Goddard. One more pass would have done it. They are seeking out the spaces in Ealing this morning.
No hands. Behind the kicker.
I think you've just given Bayram his first trademark, the Bayram bump. I like that. I think that can be one for the highlights reel for him. Absolute power player.
Yeah, it is. Go and step off.
So you can see he gets low, pushes one, pushes the second, drives through, just swatting defenders away. And then this is where it's so important. So often a forward will just carry into contact after a line break, but it's the ability to do that first pass, and you're right, that second pass goes to hand, that's the score.
White. 6 white. Number 6 white subs.
Fresh faces on for both sides as the players on the bench are shuffled into the starting lineup now. Bayram, he's going once more. And how did Gravesend get to grips with him? They have done it just about then. York, step and go. Goddard with the evasion. And always looking for support. Walker can just saunter up to this ruck. He knows it's going to be laid back well. Bayram gets it again. Gravesend putting a tag on him and trying to make sure they can get him down every time. Much better on that occasion. And a contest at the ruck too.
Tackle release.
Walker. Worrell misses both his intended runners, so has to make a plan B. And that's Harry Elston. Ashlew, lovely pass, back on the inside to Westerdale. Straight off the bench and into the action, Will Westerdale.
Tackle!
Ashlew again showing his creative side, but that kick doesn't go anywhere. Gravesend on the counter, and they keep it alive now. And there's a sense that when Gravesend get the ball, they really might be able to do something very smart with it, but they just haven't had any chances yet. Now that's much more like it from Gravesend as they batter their way out of their 22. Connor Chambers coming to this bowl final with plenty of application. Ashlew takes it. Worrell wants an inside option. Instead it's outside to George Doyle, and Doyle is away. He gets taken high, and a penalty and maybe more for that. Doyle was at high speed and he was seeking the try line, but that was very, very high.
17 high.
So there we go, given the yellow card. You said it might be more, it always looks awkward as well, doesn't it, when it's high speed? Because Doyle there, has to be said, he was absolutely flying down the wing there. Such a dangerous player.
And in fairness to Emmanuel Sunmonu, who's been sin bin, he is enormous, so anyone is going to be lower than him. But you've got to get lower, haven't you, Kat?
Yeah, got to get lower. I think it's because he puts the arm out as well, so it's scragging down, whereas actually you've just got to commit, go low, try and hit hips or below to get him over into touch. But yeah, you're right, he's just got to go lower there.
I mean, he has got him round the arm initially, and we're seeing pictures that the referee isn't seeing. The initial contact is below the shoulder, actually, but yeah, it does slip up a bit high after that.
Yeah, it's not one of the horrific ones, but it's looking to that cover at speed, as you say. They just have to decide live.
Time back on.
Hymers lose the ball.
Good win there for Gravesend. Then they can, because a try here would be really difficult to start taking that gap in the score, and especially whilst they've got a player off the pitch, they're going to want to keep the ball as much as they can to stop Hymers taking advantage of it.
It's just a 7-minute red card at under 18 level, or rather a yellow card, excuse me. So we'll see Emmanuel Sunmonu before half time, but what points can Hymers score whilst he's away? Well, that is Oliver Harmon, number 9 for Gravesend. And Gravesend's route to this point has included some fine days out already. They beat Claysmore School 1917 at Gravesend Rugby Club, which backs onto the school's playing fields. That was at the end of February. They had 700 people coming down to watch that. They've brought not quite that number down here to Ealing, but certainly they've done their best to fill out the stands here. They are most definitely the better supported school here. And they also won their quarter-final against Pangbourne College as well, 30 points to 19. So they've been tested in recent rounds. And although things haven't gone their way in these opening exchanges, plenty more time to run. And that's just before half-time in this bowl final.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a different Gravesend Grammar side in the second half in terms of the way that they're going to be playing. At the minute, they've just been starved of ball. They've only really had it defensively. They haven't had much of an opportunity in attack to build on phases. So I think they'll be quite frustrated currently. But I think a chat at half-time, see how they can change things up. We'll see them come back into this.
To the front, and again it's secure. And the ball is alighted. Here again comes Connor Chambers on a very direct line, and Gravesend Grammar School students that have come down for the day enjoying the number 8s. Last couple of carries. Hymers have got in on the ball though, and that's a precious penalty.
Yeah, they were very quick over the ball for that holding on penalty. They've been quite clear that they've come running in, pointing at post to try and build on that score, take it away from being a 2-try game. So here's that initial carry, really strong, gets 2 defenders to take him down.
So Worrell, from a distance, slots it straight and true. Hymers go to 15 points to 0 against Gravesend Grammar School.
Again, really smart play, because we've seen them play high tempo rugby. They look to move it wide, but actually right in front of the posts, they've decided to take those 3 points, because it does take them clear from the 2 tries, and they've still got another 3.5 minutes with an extra player as well to try and take advantage of.
Worrell shoves his gum shield back in, business head on again, and they're going from deep, and a lovely dummy from Kitchen, but he then passed it.
Yeah,
well, not rolling away, excuse me.
Yeah, you're allowed to hit the ground and offload, but he went to get back up, which you can't do.
Now, this is the most advanced position Gravesend Grammar have had in the match.
Yeah, the first time to see what they could do. So on this 22, having a line out here, you'd have to wonder if that's where he just goes to get back up. That's the bit which referee's going to do him for.
Line out from the open side. Hampson Pugh, Chambers wants to go at this, and he'll pass it onto the number 8. This is Connor Chambers. Difficult man to pin down. Now they spread this away to the right. Lovely stuff from Gravesend. For the first time, they've got a chance on the right wing. Cutting back against the grain, and they're 3 metres away. Gravesend Grammar arrive in numbers with weights, and now the forwards pile in to get them to the line. Hymers looking to spoil, but the big men are there for Gravesend. And here goes Chambers, none more powerful than him, and he will get over the line. Of course he will. Gravesend Grammar arrive in the bowl final after 26 minutes. One chance, and they've taken it.
It's exactly that, isn't it? They show, we said they haven't been able to show just how dangerous they can be, but they spread it right the way to that right touchline, worked their way back in. They used their power players as well, and as you said, with a man down as well, they've managed to score that, and they've only had one shot and they've taken it. So that's a really good momentum boost for them.
Ben Fenton-Smith had the chance yesterday to train on Brunel University's 4G pitch in warm-up for this match, and he's nailed his first kick on the Trailfinders 4G.
Yeah, I think that's there's a well-timed score from Gravesend. They needed that to get into this game and to keep close, but as we said, we thought they were known for their power plays, and absolutely showing it here with this great leg strength and drive. Managed to peel off, and then this great carry here, almost gets stopped and held up, but manages to power through 2 players.
22 entry efficiency, if we were applying Six Nations statistics, Cat, would be 100%.
Absolutely. Another kick straight out. That's 3 opportunities they've had, and you know, yes, you're deep in your half, so it's not a scoring opportunity or anything, but just an opportunity to keep possession or to kick and put pressure on. But you're just giving, you put all that pressure on, and now you're just handing Hymers another chance for an attack.
Ride Risby right next to those Gravesend Grammar schoolboys. I'm sure they are very, very loud in his ears as he makes the line out. Hymers do secure it. Kitching.
Yeah, you could see that hand, just that sneaky hand in the ruck. Thought the referee was the other side, so could maybe get away with it, but those are the ones you don't really need to do. Let's put in even more opportunity to Hymers College.
Hymers, of course, flying the flag for schools around East Yorkshire in Ealing today, and for Gravesend it's a Kent flag which is fluttering a little more fully now after the last try of theirs. Going to see Maidstone Grammar School in a final on Thursday as well, so Kent Schools Rugby having a very, very good period. Kitching off the top of the line out. Worrell. Ed Callan, his turn to be the key carrier for his school. Kitching sees a bit of space and exposes that with a few metres. Back to the left-hand side, lovely hands here. Ashalou, step once on the inside and offloads it to the inside. Goddard.
Release.
When they get their backs going, Hymers really start to tick over. Wonderful skill level that they're displaying here. Kitching is part of that, the number 8 and captain. Bayram gets it now. He might fancy himself from 5 metres. Gravesend stop him. Playing with an advantage here. Worrell with the flat pass to Callan. But he had the insurance policy. And it's another penalty from close range. Tap and go. Callan wants it. He steps on, he almost scores.
I think there'll be a few people there thinking maybe should have gone for 3 to extend that. But that said, if he scores that, he's a hero because it's 7 points, because it's right in front of the post, most likely. So good quick pick, change of direction, footwork, and just as that arm goes out, it spills.
It's a Callum Chandler arm which has knocked that ball out as well.
Yeah, still down the 7. Are you not at 7 in the scrum, guys? You're back to 8, are you? Okay, fine, then you're back at 8. 8, you're back in.
So Gravesend, we think, have gone back up to the full complement now. And their scrum is holding up nicely. Chambers picks and goes towards the blind side. Kitchen and Calling are tracking him. He barges into one of his own players and now he's free. Cutting loose. Connor Chambers again. Good support from Gravesend. All of a sudden, they're back into Hymers territory. And seeing spaces in the backfield too. Decision made by Matthew Bailey, the captain. What a kick that is from Bailey. Now the counter, Doyle. He can turn on a sixpence, the number 14. And Worrell is having to turn on a sixpence very quickly. Gravesend players all around him. Fenton Smith. Massive boot on him. Opts for the spiral down the 5 metre channel. That's no easy skill to execute. This is Logan Sims. Big carrier in the outside centre shirt today. Wants to take on Hymers, but a little lateral. Goddard does well. Crafty offload to Johnson Lay.
Yeah, and that high tackle coming in. Got to get below sternum for referee there.
Must be something we said, Kat. We've just been attacked by Ben Fenton Smith's right boot. That ball almost going right into the commentary box and knocking the mics out of our hands.
Well, there's an annoying bit in terms of visually for us being a block, but actually I'm very glad it's there right now because the ball just hit that and probably saved my face.
It's, so, it's the equivalent of the halo in Formula One.
Yeah.
We'll be very kind to you from now on, Ben Fenton Smith, we promise. We thought we had been. Off the top.
Take it again. You can't lift it over. You've got to wait for the ball to come in, okay? Same line now.
Okay, so they're going to take that one again because Hymers judged to have gone up early before the ball was released.
Finley Hampson-Pugh, who has been right on the mark for the line out for Gravesend Grammar, and he gets it again. The man in the black and white tape, ball under his arm now. Harmon happy for his open side to keep it going, and now he takes it. Chambers is there, easy meters here. Gravesend's looking so much slicker now. Up from fullback goes Walton.
side.
and they wait for the forwards to catch up, and Hampson Pugh carries it in. Good speed on this as well here, and they're easily over the gain line. Hymers struggling when Gravesend get their angles of attack just right. Round the back, into the play goes Emery. Big Bradley Emery in the pink scrum hat with a carry. Chandler. Fenton Smith, a couple of options for him. He goes himself and then almost gets it on to Logan Sims.
Knew he was playing with that penalty advantage, though. Referee communicating that really well. Like, you've still got that, still got the advantage, so they know. So interesting to see what they'll pick to do here. It's kickable from the 15. They look like they're opting to go for the line out.
Matthew Bailey kicks to touch, the captain making that call.
Goals. End the line for me, right?
10 metres away, Gravesend Grammar School. A little bit of wind kicking up here, but they've won that nicely, and they're moving with speed towards the Hymers line. So close. Harmon waits. Bailey pulls it back. Fenton Smith, and there's space, but there's also Hymers numbers. Johnson Lay is going to be shut down here. Hymers have ripped it off him. Patrick York.
Touch there.
And the half will end with Gravesend shutting down an attack that was looking promising and might have spelled more points for them, but not quite. Nonetheless, it is far more open and far more smooth a Gravesend Grammar School that we're seeing right now towards the end of this first half. Hymers, however, with the lead, and they have a 15 points to 7 lead at half-time in this bowl contest.
Bring the ball. I'll bring your bag. Oh, they're there. I thought they're still there.
From the corner flag. Come back. Carve in.
We are shortly getting back underway here in Ealing at the Trailfinders Sports Ground. And a reminder to anyone watching out there who wants to stay across more of the school's rugby or follow up after this match and see some of the highlights. On Instagram, you need to follow @CommunityRugby. That's the account where the coverage on social media is published and where the most comprehensive coverage can be found. So follow us there and stay in touch across the course of the rest of today, as some of the highlights from this match get re-aired in different ways, and those moments that we've already seen and some to come in this half can be lived on. Right now though, second half begins. Let's see what happens. Hymers kick off, 15-7 they lead. Gravesend Grammar School, after a very shaky start, have started to find a foothold in this bowl final. The under-18 Continental Tyres Schools Cup. The bowl contest for schools that entered into the Vars and then lost that first round match in the Vars. You drop into the bowl, and from there on in, they have fought their way through to this final.
Numbers 4 called. Who's receiver? Drop if we're not in. Drop.
Throw over the top from Hymers. Imprecise at the start of this second half.
Scrum alive. Scrum calls. Not straight. Scrum calls.
Yeah, they'll be disappointed. It's just crept over to them, so not straight in because Gravesend Grammar put someone up. It means that it's been contested and not straight call.
Approach. Set.
Gravesend's number 20 is Samuel O'Mara on at the start of this second half. Good line from the fullback Walton, but who's there? It's Zav Goddard. Really got a lot of ball today, Zav Goddard, and quite a lot of it he's just taken for himself. It's been right out of the hands of Gravesend, and that was another occasion. Kitching and Ashalou missed out, with Worrell wanting to go off on a wandering run. Doyle wants to see what kind of space there might be in the middle of the field. Really happy to keep it alive at any point, aren't they, Hymers? Bayram doesn't give that away, and that was very smart indeed. It would only have gone to other hands. Westerdale, this is Will Westerdale, still going, it's Westerdale! Almost away for a solo score of some magnitude, that would have been. Kitching, bump in from Charlie Rudd, who makes no excuses for his presence now in this bowl final. Good physical application. Bayram again. Walker, lovely fizz on his pass, as there is on that to Carlin from Worrell. Worrell realigns, has Ashalou outside him, he's lined up. Now this is speedy from York, and York is still driving hard. Gravesend get to grips with him, but only just.
Tackle him, grips on the floor.
You can hear the coaches imploring their players to tap and go and to go quick.
Wait till he taps it.
Kitchen will do that just about, cutting back his Archer. Archer is rolled and held up.
Yeah, from the style of play that Hymers have been playing, where they do look to move it wider into those spaces, the one time they have kept it tight to try and carry through, Gravesend has been very comfortable in their defence, holding them up. Oh, here's that beautiful break down the outside from Westerdale. Some really lovely running, good footwork as well. Just so well not to get thrown into touch there, managing to keep the ball alive, passing it back inside.
Hugo Gibbons is on. Ashalou stepping up the speed of the play. And Kitching with his head up Worrell, well off the line and go Gravesend, but that was well handled by Yahya Fazal. Worrell, Callan, really close to the line. Ed Callan, if he gets this away here, then Hymers are looking for the score. And Hugo Gibbons is sliding in low. But his foot was in touch.
Yeah, he goes for the dive, which is smart because he can't get tackled out. But I think just as the covering defender comes across, I think he pushes his, almost like a shin, into touch. Great offload. Good pace for the outside. That tackle just goes, is it his knee that hits before? That's close, isn't it? But as we said, no TMO, no replays. It's just what they need to see. Let's have a look at this line. So covered the tackle, comes across. Oh, that's so tight. That's so close to call on that one. I think if that goes to TMO, maybe it's a score.
Gravesend have survived it. Chambers gets hit back, and Hymers pouring onto this, and they've got it back. Hymers ripping it out of Gravesend hands. Walker knows there's a lot of space here. Kitchen loops it over. Ashalou can walk this in, and Hymers do get the points that their dominance at the start of the second half has promised.
Yeah, really important turnover to get the ball, because obviously I don't even think Gravesend would have been able to communicate the fact that it had been turned over, so they'd be expecting to be attacking, and then suddenly they decide to move it. It's a really well-timed pass as well, because if he gives it immediately, that's an intercept. So he manages to pause, hold, and go over the top. And he said almost an easy walk in there.
Some part of his thought process, the crossfield kick, popped into Will Kitching's minds.
Yeah, I think it did, but that threading it through, and that's the, when defensively you do shoot up, you have to get man and ball, because otherwise you just leave that opportunity to go in and behind.
No dice with the conversion for Worrell, but 20 points to 7 for Hymers College now. They have suffered a fair degree of cup final close encounters in recent years. Twice they've been to finals as an under-15 age group in recent years, Hymers, and twice they've lost, and then they lost in the semi-finals last year. So they know what these big days are all about, and they've come on the wrong side of them on 3 occasions. This is looking very, very promising, however. Callan, and still the skill level exceptionally high. Gibbons, he's going to get a second run at things. Cuts in. Walker. Bayram. On the outside, Theo Bayram, and then the speed, and he's away. Bayram the bash, and also the flash. He shows his speed to score that one.
Just an impressive player, isn't he? He's been, every time he gets the ball, he just has a burst of acceleration through. Whether a defender is in his way or not doesn't seem to matter to him. Great physicality and pace. So here's the running down the wing. Does well to just hold on to that ball enough time to allow support players to get there. And then that lovely line, that dummy back inside. But then he gets knocked over, but manages to get his balance back and run. Good athlete.
There is a healthy touch of the Ben Earl about the way Theo Bayram runs with the ball.
Definitely, just that power, and just, for me, it's the balance as well. The fact that actually, even though he does get a little bit to floor, he can just bounce back up and carry at pace. And it was that dummy on the inside as well that just got the player defensively to just pause ever so slightly to create that gap. Up
to halfway. Gravesend needing to come back into things, and quickly. because the points are getting away from them here.
Hands on the floor first.
Penalty.
So in the aim to go for the jackal, they've gone beyond the ball, which was a penalty, which Gravesend Grammar really need to take an opportunity now.
Goals front line. On your front line, guys. Numbers. 5.
Another good line out from Gravesend. Nothing wrong with the set piece from the Kent Grammar School, that's for sure. Callum Chandler being held up now. And Hymers get it back.
Yeah, as you said, the set piece was good, it was accurate, but then they just lost it in that breakdown.
Archie Cook for Hymers, doing an excellent job of things.
Just gets a bit messy in there, players getting their hand on ball, and then just somewhere in that they lose it forward.
Bind. Set.
Hymers playing it out from deep. Ashalou gets a clean strike on this. It's gone in field. Fenton Smith is coming for it, but the bounce that goes Hymers' way, they are having that type of a morning in Ealing. And look at York go, he's speeding away. York has run this in with lightning speed.
We knew right from the start, didn't we? He was an absolute flyer, and then he really got to show his pace there. As you said, it seems like everything now is going their way. Even just the bounce at the ball is going towards them, and it's a good pick-up, good speed through, and the confidence as well. He knows even he's got 2 chasers and he's still got 22 metres to go. If you pump your fist up, you've got to make sure you score, that is for sure, and he does.
Have you ever been caught out by that one, Kat?
The early celebration? No. I wasn't a flashy player, like get the job done and then celebrate afterwards, but no. I've seen it far too many times when a player celebrates and then doesn't score it. How about you? Have you?
Can't say I've scored enough in my time, but I certainly celebrated them when I did.
Yeah, good. As you should. So yeah, just really good speed to go through. And then we can see that early celebration again when he knows I've got the pace there to finish it.
Yes, it's not the Reece Carey approach, is it? No. Hymers have knocked it on. So Gravesend will get a chance here. 70-minute matches at under 18 level, so 22.5 minutes remaining.
So goes up for it and just has a lot of pressure on him. It's gone overhead, but yeah, knock on there and gives Gravesend Grammar a chance for some possession. And again, it's just not been their day, and sometimes that happens. They've got some great players in there, you know, the likes of Callum Chandler did a great carry, Connor Chambers did some really strong carries as well, but it's just not quite clicked for them.
Hold a gap. You want daylight on the bounce. Hold the weight. Long bounce, both of you this side, long bounce.
It is the 100th year of rugby at Gravesend Grammar School this year. And their under-15s won a National Bowl final, semi-final last week. The under-18s here, of course. It is and has been a very, very memorable year Can they spark it back into life in this match? The bounce is all over the place. Hymers don't know where that one's going. Gibbons gets down on it in the end. Fenton Smith, good take from the fly half. Goes off on an arcing run on the outside. Nice pass to his left-hand winger, who's cutting back in and still on his feet, and up to the line was Johnson Lay. Now the forwards can go to work, and they have to score here. They are surely going to get this down. No, held up again.
Oh, I thought he was going to score there. The power that he had going through that to dive. Hymers must have done very well to get underneath him, because that line and that pace going forward.
This is Emmanuel Sunmonu.
Yeah, body's underneath that.
Is very highly thought of. Sunmonu, a year 11 player, so he's under 16 essentially. He's part of the Saracens under 16 thinking at the moment. Taken by Lay, he's in the mood now. Gets it off to Chambers. Penalty comes. And this is what it will take for Gravesend if they are to get back into this. Massive amounts of momentum and forcing Hymers into mistake after mistake, and even yellow cards.
Yeah, Hymers' discipline just been pushed to its limits at the minute, giving a few penalties away in a row, and that's a lovely nudge to the corner there. Great opportunity now for Gravesend Grammar to really go for it.
Gold, line's you. Line's yours.
Hampson Pugh. Got to get his line out right again. He's done it for most of this match. In the middle, and the lift for Sims. It is going to be Gravesend ball as Hampson Pugh tidies up. Here's Sunmonu again. Coming round the corner, Callum Chandler. And they're back where they want to be. Can they use their big forwards to get over the line, or maybe staying on his feet and getting over from close range? Here's the captain, Bailey. He's seen some space. He's knocked back well. There's the try, though. Gravesend Grammar say not yet. Not yet to Hymers College.
Yeah, well worked try there, and I have to say, really pleased for them, because they put in all the work. They were really desperately attacking that line with all their might. And there's that back and side carry initially, and then the present, because you're allowed to when you land, you're allowed to present, so it's not double movement, anything like that. There's a nice line, and then you can see the arm come out, punches, score.
All 7 points secured for Gravesend Grammar. 32 points to 14 they trail. But there is still plenty of time, 18 minutes in this bowl final. Worrell. Taken well. Chambers. Given the kind of ball that he likes, and he makes the most of that run. Another good charge. Matthew Bailey, massive boot behind him, the captain, and this is heading off. Worrell has gone back 5 meters from his line, but he's fleet-footed and fast, and Worrell takes on the challenge, and here he goes, the fly half, sauntering into the Gravesend half, flicks it up. Goddard was there. Hymers again with the most efficient way of getting into your opponent's half, just running it back. Walker. Ashalou at first receiver, then Maxi Archer. Penalty comes as well.
possibly slightly, can feel slightly aggrieved for Gravesend there. I think they thought they got their hands on ball, could possibly get that holding on penalty, but referee's right there and it's gone the other way. Tell you what, Albert Worrell's got some pace, hasn't he? That speed of a winger down that right hand side. This is a side that is not short of pace across the board, and it's that dummy as well, which this whole side really works really nicely. An absolute shameless dummy around the outside, absolute gas to burn, and then a one-hand casual offload back inside as well to boot.
Ride Rizvi asked to find his man and try for Hymers to strike back immediately. It's taken down by Archie Cook. Body positions are good for Hymers College.
The tackle now! It's the tackle release!
Gravesend seal them off from going any further. So Worrell says, I'll have a go, and Ashalou takes it on. Clearance kick from Gravesend. Worrell is back. It's got Ashalou in support, but plenty of Gravesend players here looking after the ball and trying to nip it back. Archer gets the feet going, the lock forward. There's Hampson Pugh menacing at the breakdown. Kitching. Good fend in the midfield from Westerdale. He then gets knocked back by Sunmonu. Forward pass from the scrum half, Max Walker.
Yeah, that one, I think there's a hint of crossing as well before that, and then the forward pass. So they're still looking to play. They've got options everywhere, but Gravesend's defence not giving up, coming up, causing some problems by flying up as well. I mentioned if you fly it, we've got to make the hit, but actually sometimes when the team has an overlap as a defender, if you just get up and get in eyesight, you can cause some problems and force them to make a decision.
Crouch! Bind! Set! Out the tunnel. Go, keep the foot down from the balls in, yeah? Yeah. No worries. Crouch! Bind! Set! Taken back.
Gravesend strong on the scrum again, and Fenton Smith with a massive boot, but he was out of his 22, and so we come all the way back for a Hymers ball. Pulls the shirt over his head.
Yeah, they've just had a few of these errors, haven't they, especially in this kicking game of straight out. I think this might be the 5th one now for them, so just handing Hymers that all-important possession that they have.
Gold, close the gap. Close the gap. You're not on the line. Step in.
Fazal goes well over the top, taken by Rudd. Walker arrives. Now Hymers looking to bring their brand once again into the 22. Fazal taking on Gravesend players by himself. Worrell. Hard run from James Thompson. Score of a try already in this bowl final, the outside centre. Worrell goes for Ashalou. He's already had a try too. Well watched by his opposite number, Owen Walton, and there's no one at home here. The backfield left unstaffed. But York and Worrell are together, and this may be dangerous. Patrick York going into maze runner mode. Yahya Fazal, great carry from the tight head. Ashalou, so comfortable wherever he pops up on a field, isn't he, the fullback? He's captained the under 15 year group before. Well played Gravesend though to get in there and win the penalty.
Yeah, they got over that really nice low body position. Hands on ball had to be cause that holding on penalty.
Fenton Smith has put this into the air. He's let the winds around Ealing do the rest. That's a massive, massive boot.
Huge boot. I think everybody thought he was going to go to this closer side and then puts it across. And a massive kick there. And there's the jackal that got the holding on penalty.
10 minutes to play and 18 points the difference, but were Gravesend to score 2 quick tries and double their money, things would get very, very interesting indeed. They have to probably come away from this foray forward with something, and the forwards are making headway.
17 up!
O'Mara, the scrum half,
Advantage 8, change the fines.
responsible for making and getting this ball away at the right time. Penalty comes.
Mark's back here. Mark's back here.
He went to tap quickly and his own teammate there was pulling him back. No, you're not on the park. Come here.
Clever to apply the pressure again, because if not now, the referee is going to be warning Hymers. But yellow cards will be shown if there's more infractions.
And here we go. Here's I'm going to take a quick tap. No, you're not, mate. Come here. Come here. You're not on the mark.
Drop. 17.
Logan Sims with the big brother role on Hampson Pugh. But now Gravesend are here again, and collectively trying to conjure a third try. Sunmonu, Emmanuel Sunmonu, he's fired up to gain extra metres. Here's Sims, he's up to the line, he's there. Logan Sims and Gravesend Grammar School with a late showing, but they are really showing up well now.
Yeah, this is where the physicality counts, doesn't it? We said they're a bigger side, and actually when you get close to that 5 metre line, be able to get the leg drive, get going and get the scores in. I mean, stranger things have happened in rugby in terms of comeback stories, and you said they had to do it then if they were going to go for it, so they are closing that gap.
Fenton Smith has made it a 7-pointer again. 21 points to 32 from Hymers.
Yeah, suddenly looks a little different, doesn't it? Rugby can just sway like that. You have to say Hymers have been in control for most of this game, but Gravesend this last 10-minute period have really took their opportunities and made them count.
The control on the ball that they've shown throughout the first hour of this match, now at a premium. Hymers, if they can go through the phases like they have done for another period, that might put the comeback beyond reach for Gravesend. But if Gravesend can keep the ball, well, then anything's possible. Fenton Smith's going to use the boot to whack them downfield. That is monstrous, utterly monstrous.
Yeah, absolute beautiful kick, and look at the speed to try and get the ball there to go quickly. They know the time is now against them, but what a kick, really skillful. And you can see it again here. Absolute beaut.
Hampson Pugh, the wind picking up, the same wind that's got them down this corner, needs to be controlled now at the line-up. They go to the front, very smart from Finley Hampson Pugh. The number 7 gets it at the back. He pokes his head out to gauge that distance to the line, and it's getting ever shorter. 5 metres away. Hampson Pugh still comfortably making metres with an advantage. Now Gravesend are so close to scoring again. But they are held up. They had the penalty though. And there's yellow cards coming now. It's Archie Cook who is probably going to see out the rest of this final from the sidelines. Off for 7 minutes, and that's pretty much all we've got left. Wow.
Goal on the line.
We said in the first half we expect to see a different team come out in the second half for Gravesend Grammar School, and boy have they shown that.
Hampson Pugh to the back, it's just gone forward. Bayram ships it away. Ashalou with all his might trying to sprint this out of defence, and he's doing so well.
Yeah, an important play out of there, wasn't it, to just get that pressure off himself, playing with a man down as well, puts extra pressure into this last 6 minutes or so.
16, that's there, Mark.
So Gravesend have to start again on the other side.
No contest.
No contest. It's a clean ball. The backs will have it. Emmanuel Sunmonu barging into Hymers players, setting things up nicely. Then Walton now pulls it back. The captain Bailey. Then Johnson Lay. And what's in the playbook now for Gravesend? And how aggressive will Hymers be in defence? Will they let the Kent school come at them and say we can defend you, or will they try and pinch the ball on the floor? They look to compete on the deck. Another big carry. Gravesend well resourced at the ruck. Walton takes it on himself, and now there's Bayram over the ball, but Gravesend cling on. That's down. Sims didn't take it. Didn't go forward, however. Sunmonu reloads. He's finding so much energy towards the back end of this match. Emmanuel Sunmonu. Lovely pass from Fenton Smith. Chandler, good hands. Hampson Pugh, likewise onto Lay.
Knock on advantage by goals.
Hymers desperate in their defence and doing well. Not a penalty knock on, just a...
First knock on was by goals, then by one.
Not a penalty advantage, sorry, just a knock-on advantage, which we'll have a scrum from, but minutes ticking away now.
White scrum, first knock on by goals.
Well, Kat, whilst this match is not yet decided, player of the match shortlist, will you talk us through who's caught your eye today?
Yeah, shortlist, I would say Albert Worrell has been good at 10 for Hymers. Thought the back three as well have been outstanding as well for Hymers. And Gravesend, you'd have to look at, we've mentioned his name in the first half, but Connor Chambers has been really great as well. But do you want me to name it now, or are you...
Let's give a little suspense. We can come back to you in a minute.
I'll hold fire. All right. Yeah.
See how this plays out. Fenton Smith gets the back line moving with Walton. Lovely connection into his outside centre. Logan Sims. This goes to grounds, but the bounce might work out for Gravesend. Fenton Smith keeps the ball, although on the floor, Ashalou has got his hands on it. Big intervention from the fullback.
Yeah, really, really important one there. Like, huge to go if there's only 2 minutes left to play, to make sure you get possession back. Great defence. 3 players in there, but yeah, just well timed, gets hands on the ball.
From a Gravesend Grammar perspective, you might ask whether he entered from the side, and
yes, that was the only slight thought of potentially in at the side there, the angle.
Take the end of the line for me. Numbers 4.
So let's choose, Kat, the final Continental Tyres player of the match.
Well, I dummied you there because I didn't mention his name, but it's Theo Bayram, number 6 for Hymers College, who's been fantastic. He's smashed players out the way, he's carried hard, he's got 2 tries, he's my player of the match.
Yes, I did think someone was missing from the shortlist.
Yeah. Like to keep you guessing.
Connor Chambers, one of those candidates with a great game today. He's on that last carry. Here's Bailey. Sunmonu now in a lot of space. Emmanuel Sunmonu bumps another. Great offloads. Walton. Lay keeps it alive with a spin.
No hands, Oxford.
Gravesend Grammar hunting a fourth try to bring them to within a score in the final exchanges. It could still be done by the Kent School. The line and carry is good. And now Sims arrives at speed. Logan Sims, he's got there. And Gravesend Grammar have given themselves a shot at Hymers College and maybe the bowl final.
Tell you what, Logan Sims, what a time to step up. 2 he's got in those close range quarters, coming in from the backs to make sure for his side. Great line again. Strong, gets low.
Ben Fenton-Smith has now kicked all 4 of his conversions. 4 points the difference. We can't be certain how long is remaining. Our clock is not synced with the referees. It is just a guide. But we are coming up to the 70-minute mark. Gravesend with certainly one more chance, maybe more than that. Hymers College go deep. It's come down to a 4-point ball game. Bayram is off the mark and closing Gravesend down. 80 metres from where they need to be in the try line of Hymers. O'Mara, the man at scrum half, brings in Zach Turley. Sunmonu, how integral has he been to the comeback from Gravesend? He doesn't lose it forward. Hymers have ripped it off him. And they look to the stands here. And Hymers College have timed it to perfection. They were champions from a long way off, it felt like, in this match. And in the end, they were tested all the way to 70 minutes. It was much closer than it felt like it could have been at points in this second half. But Hymers College, after 3 times in Continental Tyres Schools Cup campaigns, they've come close at under 15s level. They win the bowl at under 18s level. Truly a brilliant performance from this school from Hull in East Yorkshire. And they come out on top after a very, very compelling occasion at Trailfinders Sports Club today. Kat, what a match.
Incredible. I think the Hymers obviously started so strong, but Gravesend had their say right to the dying seconds of that game. Really well contested. You have to say credit to Gravesend as well, because when you've got that big a deficit, it's quite easy to let your head go down and to not fight, but they fought for every single thing into that second half. And here's Theo Bayram, the player of the match, doing what he does best. Started it off so strong, just bouncing through players, getting scores. He was a menace defensively as well as in attack, and great handling skills as well.
James Thompson scored that second try before Gravesend joined the party with their first try. Connor Chambers crossing. But Hymers would round off this half with a KG Ashalou score.
Yeah, he was everywhere today, wasn't he? Really getting involved in the thick of things.
Hugo Gibbons' run set up another opportunity for Hymers at the start of this second half. They were absolutely flying now. Bayram with the hand in the air. That started a trend.
It did indeed, didn't it? Because York has his say in the putting the hand in the air before the score, just showing out and out gas down that right hand side.
And Gravesend from much closer to the line, they had to craft their scores. The captain Matthew Bailey Emmanuel Simonu setting up Logan Sims. But they had enough, Hymers College, and time ticked out on Gravesend's challenge. But Hymers have done it. Plenty of near misses in recent years. This one stuck, and it'll feel all the better for it. Gravesend Grammar School received the runners-up medals in their 100th year of rugby at the school. A state school from a very tough and competitive circuit in Kent. They draw the likes of Ravenswood, Dartford Grammar School, Maidstone Grammar School, Hayes as well. Hayes, who won the bowl competition last year. Well, it's Gravesend turn this year, and they turned up for this final. It was a little late starting for them. That first 20 minutes was all Hymers, but when they got going, they showed just why they've got to this stage this season, and what a season it has been for this school. They have no timetabled rugby at Gravesend Grammar School. Training is done either before or after school. Training twice a week, an analysis session, plus 3 S&C sessions expected from the boys at different times. So it's a very competitive rugby programme. And for Hymers College, this season has been a little unexpected. The cup run was a bonus that they didn't think they would necessarily get this year. A lot of lower 6th players, so year 12 players in this Hymers College team. And it's a relatively small 6th form contingent overall. They draw players from North Lincolnshire to the very top of East Yorkshire. And what a rugby programme that they've got, Kat. The skill level on display from Hymers, and not just the back line either, but that forward pack who were mixing it amongst the backs. Maxi Archer, Theo Bayram, Ed Callan and Will Kitchen, not to mention Yaya Fazal in the front row. So impressive.
Yeah, really impressive, and I really like the style that they brought, the fast pace, getting it wide, the interlinking play, as you said, between forwards and backs.
Ultimately, in a Continental Tyres national final, the sun shines on Hymers College. They're going to be taking the trophy all the way back to Hull. And wherever you're watching on from around the world, but especially if you're up in East Yorkshire, in Hull, maybe at school today, unable to travel down, hope you've enjoyed the sight and the sounds of your school lifting the bowl final. What a day, and what a morning's work for Theo Bayram, Will Kitching and his clan of cup winners. And here it is, the silverware they came for. First of 4 cups being allocated this week by Continental Tyres. I don't think we're going to see broader smiles from anyone this week, though. Will Kitchen is pleased as punch.
Absolutely, as he deserves to be.
So the winner's board is ready. They're underneath the posts. Kitchen delivers the silverware. Hymers College are the under-18 Continental Tyres Bowl winners for 2026. Cap, these moments lifting a trophy, the feeling is I imagine very, very precious.
Yeah, it really is, because it's the hard work of the whole season. It really is something that you've all worked so hard for and worked together, and they just were a team that linked really well. So, yeah, well deserved, and you know, not many people get to win trophies, so they should absolutely embrace this.
Congratulations to Hymers College. Congratulations to Gravesend Grammar School as well. Now, if you're joining our coverage for what will be our next match on between Oakham School and Taunton School, you're in the right place. Don't go anywhere. We are going to take a short break, and we have some videos that you may not have caught up on so far from England Rugby's channels to keep you entertained. But we will be back very shortly. It's a 12:15 kickoff between Taunton and Oakham, and that is for the under-18 plate final. We hope to have your company for that.
We arrive typically around 3 to 4 hours before a game. Between the two of us, we'll test all our feeds, make sure everything's coming through fine. The stakes are high. It's not just for us, it's the coaches, the fans.
You have to have complete trust in the technology, because when 80,000 people show up, it gets properly tested.
Sometimes life is best when it's just black and white. We're thrilled to have you with us.
Within the box, we have 2 analysts, 5 coaches, 7 video angles, hundreds and thousands of data points.
Possession, ball in play, line-outs, scrums. You would break that down into individuals as well. How many times they're carrying, how effective their carrying is, how many meters they make, how many tackles they made, how many missed tackles. We've got all this in front of us, but what is the key bit? What trends are happening in the game? All the 7 laptops are linked up. Therefore, coaches can see on their laptops what we are clipping. Exactly the same thing gets fed down onto the bench. The iPads get used to draw their attention to certain things. The fact that everything's all in sync is really beneficial to us.
3 minutes just before half-time, I have some key clips built into an organiser. I'll database them, copy them onto a hard drive, bang, down the stairs we go. I'm transferring the information as I'm walking down.
The stakes are high because of the lack of time you have.
15 minutes whistle to whistle. We give them a space, but then you've got 6 minutes to have an effect on them, then to go and win a test match.
You've just played 40 minutes of rugby. The heart rate is pulsing. There's a lot of things going through your mind.
You do have a personal responsibility.
As a player is so important, because you've got the feel of the game, but you don't quite see it from a bird's eye view.
There's 1 or 2 kind of bullet points in your mind that you know to kind of go into the second half thinking about.
There's this beauty of all these people are trying to go in one direction together.
If you know that you've had even 1% impact, it makes it all worth it.
Hi, I'm Teresa Mahoney and I'm the president of Scunthorpe RUFC. Rugby actually, I know it sounds daft, but it means everything. I grew up watching my dad play rugby. I loved the game from a young age. I dreamt of playing. I didn't think it was something that would happen. But when it was mentioned that there was possible that there was going to form a women's team here, I jumped on as soon as I could. I threw everything into it and really wanted to be good at it as well. I've had ups and big downs, but rugby has always been central to that. And you know, even when I was in a really sad place, I came rugby training. I didn't get involved because I wasn't up for that, but I do remember smiling a couple of times during the session and thinking, do you know what, I'm going to be okay, I'm going to be all right. And that's because of the women around you that support you and just we encourage everybody, and it's just, yeah, it means everything.
Teresa is a real pioneer for the women's section and the girls section at Scunthorpe. She massively undersells herself and what she's done for our club, from helping to start the women's section where we had our 30th anniversary last year. She has really probably done every role that there is in the club, but she's well thought of. She puts a lot of effort in behind the scenes. She supports all the teams right through the mini juniors, the girls section and the seniors right up to the men. So it wasn't really any surprise that she got selected to be president. It's a huge honour for our club to be the first women's president, and you know, like she says, she's a true icon really for women in the local area.
She's certainly setting a precedent for the club on what women can do, and the fact that she's broken all the stereotypes and smashing it, still playing to now and being president for us.
What she's done for the women's section is unbelievable. What she's done for the girls section, and now we're starting to see the fruits of her labour from the girls, and they're starting to come through to the women's. Kudos to Scunthorpe and the committee who have had the foresight to place Teresa as president, which is the top honour of the club really, you know, and kudos to them. We hear that everywhere that there's a Blazer Brigade and the old Pale and Stale and everything like that. Well, Teresa totally breaks that mould, and long may it continue.
Obviously being president of Scunthorpe is a huge privilege and honour, and I would never have thought that I would have been asked, because I'm not a follower of, you know, I'm not a yes sir, no sir. Never have been, obviously, otherwise I wouldn't have played women's rugby 30 years ago. And it is a huge privilege, and I am the first woman to be president of the club. I won't be the last. I'm a player first. I'm a rugby player that just happens to be female, and the club's nearly 100 years old in itself, so to be the first female president is a huge privilege. I hope to do the club proud.
Double Olympic gold medalist, Matt Westman.
When Matt came into camp, firstly on a personal level, like, he played for my community rugby club, he played for Sevenoaks, so for him to come in on this week was sort of full circle moment for me. We spoke about people that we've played with, grounds we've played at, dinner ladies that we've both eaten their curries off, you know, that kind of thing. And then I guess the journey that he had to go and win 2 gold medals just gone, and the disappointment he experienced 4 years earlier. And I think a lot of the boys, certainly the boys that have been here from the end of the 2023 World Cup, that resonated highly with a lot of them in terms of, you know, wanting to right some wrongs, but also like seeing like a 4-year plan as not something that just, it's not all smooth sailing. Like, he didn't just win everything from 2022 to 2026. He had ups and downs, he had plans, he saw progression, but it wasn't always winning. And there he is standing in front of us with 2 gold medals. So I think a lot of the boys hit home with a lot of them in terms of like, we're on the right path here. 2 losses doesn't necessarily mean that we're not on the right path. But yeah, it's pretty inspirational to rub shoulders with someone that's been as successful as that.
Oh mate, that is absolutely awesome. Thanks for coming in. Is that your number?
Yeah.
Were you a winger?
I was, yeah, wing fullback, kind of, yeah, skinny kid on the side, basically.
Nice. So this is just signed by the squad. So
mate, that's absolutely awesome.
So much for coming
mate,
in.
thank you so genuinely. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. Thank you very much. Thank you. I wouldn't be in this position, like a 2-time Olympic champion. I've been able to win 2 world championships, European, all these like amazing things, the only reason I was able to do that is because off the back of this, like the failure of Beijing and things not going right, it kind of forces you when things don't go right to have a look, okay, where can we improve, and almost give you that extra motivation to kind of go there, change things, and look at what makes us good in the first place, but what are we missing, what can we kind of add in or improve on. And I think that sometimes the rubbish patches hopefully will make you way better in the long term.
Hello everybody, and a very warm welcome to the Trailfinders Sports Club in Ealing as we get ready for the Under-18 Continental Tyres Plate Final between Taunton School and Oakham School. Well, Oakham are the three-time winners of the National Schools Cup, of course, from 2002 to 2003, and then in 2023 they won it again. They are looking to lift the plate this time. Taunton, meanwhile, are in a first National Schools Final for an under-15 side. Let's have a look at Taunton's team that have come down to Ealing today. So from the back, where they have Jack Saxton at fullback, Ethan Smith and Harry Adams on the left wing. The centres are Nick Dutoy and Seth Whitlock, who was the man of the match for the team in their semi-final win 3 weeks ago. The half-backs are James Collins and Will Taylor. And in the pack, Ben Porter, Vimo Jagadis and Artem Babush are in the front row. Charlie Webber and Caden Lampard are in the second row. Fraser Cox, Herrick Gallimore and the captain, Monty Wells, are in the back row. So here is Oakham School again from 15-1. They go Liam White at fullback, who's recovered from glandular fever to play in this match. Rudy Bannister Emmons and Alex Forshaw on the wings. In the centres, it's Noah Hendry and Ezra Smart. The halfbacks are Matthew Clatworthy and Will Church, who is the captain at number 9. In the pack, Ivan Krupkov, Parker Bailey and Roman Persona are in the front row. In the second row, Otto Stone and Charles Lloyd. In the back row, Kasim Mir, Will Hallam and Henry Johnson, who played at the weekend for England under-18s against France and scored a try. He is at number 8. So Oakham bringing substitutes as well, of course, today. Thomas Johnson, McKinley Jones and Jack Main are with them, whilst for Taunton, Morgan Jenkins, Harrison Peroni, Louis Mansfield and Harry Way are those who will be interchanged into the match and will get no less than 35 minutes of action. Half a match is guaranteed for each of the substitutes, and it makes for a very interesting tactical play about when they come on, for how long they stay on in each stint, and what the momentum is like at that game. Well, alongside me today is a England World Cup winner from back in 2014, Kat Merchant. And Kat, it's great to have your company again today. What will be the feeling, do you think, inside the tunnel for both sets of players coming to this point in the season right now? Everything that's been building towards this.
Just excitement. Like, it's the big game moments that players absolutely live for. Yes, it's the journey to get there, but finals days are just the best days.
And West London is very much giving us a good showing of itself as well. The weather is perfect. There's a little breeze in the air, but otherwise perfect running rugby conditions. And here are the men of the hour. Taunton School from Somerset in the black and red jerseys. Taunton School from Somerset in the blue jerseys, excuse me, and Oakham School from Leicestershire in the black and the red. So Oakham, having in previous vintages of this fantastic rugby school, won the very top of the top pile, the cup final 20 or so years ago when they did it twice, and then now 3 years ago in 2023. It is a different rugby programme now, headed up by Rupert Harden these days, but they are in another national final. For Taunton School and Ben Thomas, their head coach, it's the 4th year of their rugby programme, which has seen them connect with Bristol Bears as well. And they are doing something for the very first time this afternoon, competing in a national schools final at under-18s. So Taunton School get us going in their blue jerseys, kicking deep into the 22 of Oakham. And the Leicestershire School and Henry Johnson with his first touch of this final, pumping it downfield, and it's awkwardly bobbling around. Taunton School's fly half, James Collins, wants it to move the ball away. Oakham will be feverish at the breakdown. So often are. Such a physical side, and they're right into that side of things right now, putting Taunton on the back foot, but Taunton with the ambition to go from deep. But they're getting ransacked back towards their own try line at the moment. Oakham wanting this on the floor, and they're going to get it back as well. It's popped up for the lock forward, and then he passes on to his fellow man in the engine room to touchdown. It is a smash and grab raid from Oakham School, and they tear away the first try of this final.
Yeah, really great example of how you turn defence into attack. So much pressure, getting that ball, and then the finish off of it as well. So the link play, not scared to move it on, a good carry as well. Does well not to get held up because there's enough defenders around him to potentially pose that risk.
This is Charles Lloyd, who passed the ball on to number 4, Otto Stone. Lining up for the conversion and knocking it all the way through for all 7. Oakham School off to the best possible start.
Yeah, in less than 2 minutes. So really got on that scoreboard. I think it was within 60 seconds, which is an incredible thing to do, and all from the pressure from just putting so much pressure defensively.
There goes Johnson, claiming it out of the sun again.
Hold there.
And here is the man who found himself meters from the line moments ago and still passed it on to his teammate, Charles Lloyd. Scrum half Will Church, the captain, in the multicoloured scrum hat. Easy bounce to handle for Taunton. Pass to the fullback, Liam White. Off that cultured left boot of his. Will Taylor puts his foot right through it, but it comes off the side for not a bad gain of ground in the end for Taunton.
No, well, we saw in the previous final, the wind is actually pretty strong going into that left-hand corner, so Oakham will be wanting to use that to advantage, but similarly very difficult to get out of that bottom right-hand corner from a Taunton perspective.
A couple of years ago, Oakham were in the final at Allianz Stadium, Twickenham, where they faced Trinity, and they were 19-5 down at half-time before coming back to win 31-24. Haven't made the same mistake of starting slowly this time, have they? They're right into things. Off the top again with Stone, the try scorer, and then the captain taking it on himself, Church. Lloyd, umpteenth carry already for the second row. Now Carson Mir wearing 6. This is Krutkov, Ivan Krutkov. Taunton calling numbers over to this side, and they need them. Mir again.
Get over the ball there, 5 offsides.
Taunton coming off the line too quickly, giving away a penalty.
Yeah, and Oakham just having a little chat about what the plan of action is, but actually no thoughts of post right now. They're going for the kill, going for that secondary try.
Down from Leicestershire, of course, Oakham School. And here, after a semi-final victory over Ellesmere College in Shropshire a week and a half ago, pipping them to the post in that one to book this finals day in West London. And here they go, making the most of every minute from the start. Steering this forward, Parker Bailey, the hooker, and Taunton needing to hold firm as Oakham keep the pressure up, and they are there. Just the placement required. Oakham double their money in the final. They are starting at a lick of a pace.
Well, you could tell they were really confident in their decision to go for that. So for them, training park move, obviously kick to the corner, really good line out. Driven really well, and as you said, Taunton is struggling to stop it at the speed it's going, and well timed to get the score.
So is that just something around the side?
So White from the other side, but with a good angle for a left footer. Can't quite bisect the posts. 12 points to 0. Oakham School lead Taunton in the plate final.
And there's a fantastic angle of that try replay. Just forward pack working so hard together and well timed. As soon as he sees the line, puts that down.
Penalty from kick-off too. Taunton can't get anything right at the moment. These are the momentum moments, Kat, whether they come in the first 10 minutes or come in the halfway point in a match, that you have to ride out and just believe there's a better time for you ahead.
Yeah, it's that because it can go, a few things don't go your way, then a couple of decisions and penalties given away, just those little moments that can add up. But as you said, just take a moment, breathe, and know that actually weather the storm, and then you come back into your game.
Let's see how long this storm can keep rumbling from Oakham's perspective. Church was arriving, but a knock-on at the base of that ruck.
And the first chance for us to see what Taunton have really. They've been starved of the ball, as it's all been about Oakham in this opening 8 minutes or so. So, big scrum for them.
Monty Wells at the heart of things up front for Taunton School. Captain the Bristol Bears under-18 side to the Prem Next Gen trophy very recently. Now trying to do the same for his school. That's a lovely pass across the face, and now Taunton are showing what they're about over halfway and passing it on to Harry Adams. Adams, an under-16 player in this side, who takes it up to the 22. Will Taylor, that's a big carry. That's Wells, who'll be so critical to Taunton School's chances this afternoon. Collins, good offload from close contact. Babouche, the man who took it on wearing 3. Centres linking with Webber, and Collins is under all sorts of pressure, but a penalty.
Yeah, Oakham's defence there was really relentless, wasn't it? Putting a lot of pressure on, but just a little bit too keen and ended up creeping offside, giving Taunton another opportunity. Their width of passing has been lovely in that run of play.
Option.
That's gone the wrong side of the sideline from Taunton's perspective, so Oakham get the scrum.
Yeah, they'll be so disappointed with that. And here I believe we're going to see that beautifully long pass, and then a great straight in as well, and line and run in, and they're just looking to keep that ball alive, keep offloading.
Binds!
And then the example of some of the hits that are coming in there. That's when, you know, two power players meet.
Johnson picks up at the base, and it's kicked downfield from Church. At the back is Saxton, and he's won a penalty because Oakham over-eager, going off their feet as they try to rob Jack Saxton of the ball, who we hear is a very good sprint hurdler over 100 metres, Jack Saxton.
Useful skill to have.
Hurdling, of course, illegal in rugby.
Yes, don't hurdle players, but be fast.
Taunton, though, settling down now into this plate contest. Short line out, well taken by Wells. Lovely service into Collins' hands. And then the inside centre Seth Whitlock
You're
is on the ball.
Leave it now too.
Wells comes again, takes on an individual, and he's always going to win that contest. There's Whitlock again, playing first receiver. Collins now dabs it through, and there's numbers in the game here for Taunton. The bounce is all critical here. Oakham managed to scrabble it away.
Yeah, I like that from Collins. That looked very casual, didn't it? He looks up, decides there's a little gap in there that he could thread it through. And then it's just a foot race, and it puts a lot of pressure, doesn't it, defensively as well when you've got a chase like that. But yeah, bounce just goes slightly too wide.
Make sure you're behind. Yeah, on you, 15.
Goal line dropout off White's left boot. Collins gives it to Wells. And there's a bit of space outside Wells, but he takes on the contact, and Otto Stone comes up with a massive shot. On Taunton's captain.
Yeah, great shot, and then really great getting the hands in there to get the steal as well. Really important, as that's, you know, that's a real killer. We was talking about momentum, but that really is one of those, because Taunton started to attack and get into the game, and then when you get turnovers like that, it really can get their heads down. So here's the shot coming in.
Front men, stay in line.
Big hit, and then the ability to get hands on straight on it and get that holding on penalty.
He's actually given Monty Wells some airtime as well, which is not easy to do.
No, that's some strength there.
Oakham's line out, doesn't go straight. Taunton ball.
Yeah, with the new rules, if it's contested, has to be straight, otherwise it'll get called.
Binds!
Taunton's Wells has gone to number 8 channel for this. But Will Taylor is going to pick it up nonetheless. Lovely pass from the number 9, under a lot of pressure. Collins can loop this over. Cultured pass of his left hand. And then going away with it is Saxton. Saxton still into the 22 with the ball. Good break from the fullback. Wells gets up and goes again, Monty Wells. Taunton riding in the vapour trail of their captain to get extra metres. Ben Porter with that carry.
Got to roll first.
Collins, lovely pass on the inside. Harry Adams offering himself and running into harm's way in the end. Oakham were well staffed.
Oh, there, good.
Will Taylor, the scrum half, looking for any holes around that ruck. Taken on by the forwards, though. Oakham have got in here, and it's their ball. Very well timed. Taunton has stormed it,
back, 5 minute scrum.
and the referee's got a job to work out quite what's happened there.
Taken back by Red.
Yeah, well, that was really well timed with that ball being out, because the two arriving clear-out players went beyond the ball, which meant it was at the back and it was free. So Oakham rightly spotted it there, but have then ended up getting pushed over the line. So they've taken it down over the try line, which is why it's a Taunton put in at the scrum.
Binds!
5-minute scrum for Taunton, looking for their first points in the plate final. Will Taylor has a solid platform here. Collins is missed out though. Whitlock has dropped it, and Taunton conspire against themselves.
Yeah, gutted not to have an opportunity there for them to attack, and what they need to do is stay calm, not get frustrated by this, to keep their heads up and know that their time can come. Look back to me.
we'll see how Oakham's scrum is holding up. Taunton with a bit of an edge on the last locking of horns. Two front rows up against each other. Ben Porter, Vimo Jagadis and Artem Babush for Taunton. Ivan Krutkov, Parker Bailey and Roman Persona for Oakham School.
Binds! Set! Hold there, 9 good.
Very solid from Oakham. So White has time, just doesn't quite release
Just outside.
the ball in the right way. It goes off just 10 metres or so of distance.
Yeah, relieved a little bit of pressure though, considering they were about to be scored against a few moments ago, so they're going to have to defend just as much as they have been so far, with intensity to get up, because Taunton looking dangerous when they have it. Not quite gone their way so far, but they've definitely got some danger runners in there. And Collins at 10, very happy to stand flat and get players punching up into the ball.
Playing knock-on advantage.
Oakham get it back though, and with an advantage. Here's Johnson bursting out of his 22 and passing on. Well, excuse me, it was Charles Lloyd for Oakham who made that break. Another good break from the lock forward. Here's the outside centre, Noah Hendry. Bannister Emmons in the 14 shirt, cuts back. And then Smart gets it back again. Ezra Smart decides to start up again. Oh, he's taken for a flying lesson though by Taunton. Brilliant hit from the open side, Gallimore.
7 blue off his feet.
Off feet in the breakdown though means that Oakham get to have a shot here and decide what they want to do. Looks like they're going to go to touch, and this is the big shot coming in there. Does really well though, doesn't take him past horizontal. He does enough to dominate but not to give a penalty away.
Herrick Gallimore can begin his archiving of shots and how to do it legally at this level. Wonderful tackle from the open side. You'd expect an open side to get it right. Oakham, can they get this right and look for a third try? Their pack has had the deciding say so far in the match. Picking and going goes Parker Bailey, and he's close here. Oakham are very close. They come back for the penalty.
Monty,
Will Hallam.
5 offside.
They really back their line-out game clearly, especially 5 metres out.
Back to the corner, and after that Taunton pressure, it might be Oakham that have the next say on the scoreboard.
Vantage knock on.
But they lose it, and Taunton get it back. And
They
they
knock
are
on advantage blue.
living a little dangerously, letting Oakham get so close again, so they clear the lines. And this bounces over Bannister Emmons. White. 50-22 would be on here, but that's going to go dead. So back we go, and Taunton have got themselves out of a tight spot.
Yeah, they have. I wondered just on this kick, he looks like he's actually off the pitch, doesn't he, when he gets it? So that foot being off it, and then he's hit late. So a few things going on there behind the referee's back.
Coach! Binds! Set!
Perfect platform for Taunton and their talented set of backs to try to unpick Oakham. Whitlock is given the option of bashing it up.
Tackle in,
and he takes to that with relish. Gallimore pops it on, but Oakham were waiting.
No red out, no release.
Collins
No, rush forward,
to his
hands
hooker,
out.
Jagadis. Webber, the creator at the moment, and that is forward, although Gallimore would have been away.
Yeah, definitely came forward off of that, but the intent was to keep that ball alive and to, as he's getting hit, have the offload. The line speed comes up. It's gone behind him initially, but does definitely come forward.
Coach! Binds!
We need a bigger gap, guys, and I need you to be square as well, okay? It's going to come on this side. Yeah.
So Oakham's ball.
Binds!
And they have the same type of platform to work from here. Middle of the pitch. Massive open side, and the same on the blind side. Church doesn't get it cleanly, but White is going to make the best of it that he can, and it beats everybody.
Yeah, just putting boot to ball and it's drifting across in front of him, and then going for the chase, almost like a hit and hope. So that pick off the scrum, the pass doesn't go to hands, and then it's not often you see a bounce volley, but there we go, we've been treated to one today.
Wells off the back, and it's quick ball into the midfield. Whitlock whips it around. There's Saxton. But Oakham barely blink at reorganising. They weren't too troubled by that, despite Oakham painting a very pretty picture.
Good over the ball, 10, no roll.
Not rolling away there, the call from the referee.
So Taunton going again into enemy territory, really for the second time in a sustained way. 10 minutes left before half time.
Hold there, guys.
Jagadis taken at the front by Webber. And a lot of numbers piling in here.
Use it, Blue, you're down, use.
But there are still backs ready and waiting for it. The hands were excellent from Whitlock to Dutoy. And off and going and through goes Taylor. Brilliant from the scrum half. Spotted a hole in the skirting board and he zipped through. Back goes James Collins the other way, and it's a great opportunity for Taunton, and Jagadis will run it in.
Yeah, really nice for them to execute and to go through there. All started with that little breakthrough from Will Taylor. And then Collins going a beautifully threaded pass out to the right, and then the handling skills. We were talking about forwards and backs linking up, and that's a really nice example of the forwards out wide not being scared to move it and to come away with a finish there as well.
Anything from you guys? Oh, you just cut out there.
Seth Whitlock to line it up. The man who scored the winning try in the semi-final, effectively, that beat RGS Guildford. And he hits it, his first conversion of the day as well, nicely, to make it all 7.
Yeah, important one as well, when they had been attacking and could have got themselves frustrated, but actually they stay composed, stay brutal. Good clear out there, ensures that the ball goes, and this was the little dummy that we saw that started it all from Taylor going through, does the footwork, slips, but there was cover coming across anyway, so I think he would have been caught regardless, and then the hands out wide.
Monty Wells, with no one near him to challenge, gobbles that up. James Collins. It's contestable all right, but out of play, so we come back.
Straight out. So it'll come all the way back in line from where he kicked it from.
The wind is certainly more unreadable than we think, I think, up here, Kat.
It is, yes, especially down in that corner. We've seen that a lot across the 2 games so far that we've seen today. So clearly there is quite a bit of wind down there.
Oakham to the back. Stone, their opening try scorer. Now Bailey, and again into the heavy traffic goes Charles Lloyd.
No, you played him behind.
Johnson. Henry Johnson breaks the line.
No blue, no roll. Barnard into the halfback.
And Church brings it open. And there's a burst through to score. And Oakham do. The forwards running amok against Taunton's defence.
I think Taunton might have thought that Oakham would have driven that line out, but actually they do the clever play. They lift it quickly and they look to go. And it's just that hard line run and step back inside there.
So Oakham open up their lead to 19 points to 7.
Yeah, and it's that hard line and carry there.
Bandage.
Couple of changes then for Taunton as they bring in fresh faces, as every player named on the sheet, whether on a half game, mandated at this level, one of England Schools' rules, which is an excellent way of developing talent across the whole squad. Oakham's Rudy Bannister Emmons just taken by his shirt to slow him down. Here's the try scorer. And Will Church uninterested in playing rugby down at this part of the pitch, so the captain kicks long. Saxton has 2 men in front of him, then another arrives. It's a great chase from Oakham. They're getting the nuts and bolts of their game absolutely spot on. And Taunton unable to really unpick them defensively with any frequency. Now Will Taylor's dart and go ends up with him going backwards. Charlie Webber. Busy lock forward in this first half for Taunton. They have to kick their way out of their half now. James Collins doing so. White, instead of kicking, he'll run. There's a chance here. Emmons with a lovely pop pass on the inside to Clapworthy, who offloads. It's Bailey on the charge. Taunton get it back, and they might break down the field now. Hammering into Taunton colours.
big shots going in, isn't there, from both sides, really putting their bodies on the line. Some great footwork and link play in the run up here.
So Taunton in this final, courtesy of that victory over RGS Guildford a few weeks ago. That was down in Somerset. They also won their quarterfinals. That was actually here in Ealing, not at Vallis Way, but at St Benedict's School, Ealing, just down the road. They won that quarterfinal 44 points to 8. So they've had a successful day out in Ealing this season. But turning round this 12-point deficit, Kat, as maybe they'll take the half-time as well to work things out. What do you think they can do to try to get under the skin a little more of Oakham?
I think that line speed in defence, just because that's what Oakham is doing to them. It's putting pressure on Taunton's attack, so Taunton to step up and do that. But we have seen glimpses of what they can do, so I think they just don't need to panic. Like that would be my key thing, is no panicking. Everybody do what you do best and then link in as a team.
Church. Comfortable scrum now for Oakham, and they're lining this up well. Clatworthy brings White onto the play, and he passes smoothly to the left wing.
Lost now,
Alex Forshaw. And Oakham mating a lot of metres from that starter play. Here come their heavyweight forwards, Stone with the first foray. Kick pass doesn't land anywhere near where they wanted it to. Taunton have got this to the edge, and they'll kick and chase. Noah Hendry is back, the Scotland under-18 man who has knocked it on in the process. So excellent return for Taunton's hard work.
Yeah, definitely a well-timed kick, and it's, you know, it's always said, it's the cliche, isn't it? But it's a true one. The kick's only as good as the chase, so having a big chase on it, putting pressure on, absolutely key. And in the end is what forces the error.
Points!
You should hold that gap, okay?
Might be the last roll of the dice for the first half for Taunton. Our clock is not in sync with the referees exactly, it's more of a guide. But Oakham have got it from the back, and it's picked up by Johnson.
No, Monty out. Go use.
Church. Kasim-Mir.
Go use, Reds. Hold there, stop.
A lot of legs on this from Church. Gives Jack Saxton plenty of time to plan his way forward. And that's gone forward as he looped it over to the right wing.
Yeah, forward.
Well,
as it left his hand, really straight away it went over there.
Yeah, no.
So good initial take, and you can see he's seeing what's on that right hand side. Thought about having a go himself, but Parsh just getting away from him there.
Touch. Points. Touch.
12 points down at half-time is certainly recoverable for Taunton, but anything more before the whistle and that job gets so much harder. Henry Johnson on the charge.
Hey, knock on
Taunton ball.
advantage.
They've dealt with England under-18 man Henry Johnson very well so far. Taunton. And they're on the charge again. Lovely hands in close contact. Gallimore with the pass on. This is Saxton. Goes on the inside and keeps going. And Saxton! Jack Saxton has fought his way through for Taunton School to close out the first half on their terms. And Saxton has come up with a conjuring act. How he disappeared through the gap when Oakham players were all around is remarkable.
Yeah, that was brilliant individual skill. One hand off, two hand off, he goes through. He's scanning though as well, I like, to see where defenders are coming. Is he going to need to potentially look for support? That lad has a lot of footwork and skill with the pace that he can put onto the ball. I think we can let him off with a forward pass for that. Done enough to redeem himself and some.
Be a tough coach indeed that mentions that at half-time to him. So Whitlock goes 2 from 2 from the boot, and Taunton School have brought themselves right back into this plate final. 19 points to 14. Oakham lead Taunton School at half-time in what is now very nicely set up.
Yeah. There was no
Great second half incoming. Now, whilst you are at half-time, we're going to take a short break, but a reminder that you can follow all the coverage from today in the aftermath of it on Instagram. At Community Rugby is the Instagram account for schools, and we'd love to have you follow and keep track of all the action across the course of the rest of today. It's the best place to follow schools rugby, so do make sure you follow us there. Briefest of turnarounds, despite this being a plate final. Precious time to fix any kinks in the system. But for Oakham, very few were obvious, despite letting that score in at the end of the first half. That really their only blemish. But Taunton have lived off their wits a little in the first half. And they've ended it within 5 points, so in the end a good outcome. Johnson passes on, and then the power play comes in again. Oakham still fighting hard up to the 22 line as Church digs for it. Clapworthy from the number 10 shirt, and they've earned a penalty from those early endeavours.
Yeah, they're so physical when they carry. I think Charles Lloyd is one player as well. He's been carrying really well. He's a go-to that they look to give him the ball to carry, but he also can give the pass as well when it's on.
They've won all bar 2 of their matches this season. Oakham School lost to Oundle in round 1 of the Cup and to Stowe this year. They've used 32 players across the course of the season, which is a school record, and injuries have been a primary reason why they've had to have so many, but it does mean that everyone has got a chance in the black and red shirt this season. And the players that have made this final, supported by so many on the sidelines and back home at school. A couple of players missing out today as well who should be mentioned. Marcus Southwell, an England hooker who would have captained Oakham this season but was ruled out very early in the season. There's also Will Loveday, a centre, who's dislocated his shoulder. So our very best to them, missing out on this day. Oakham's scrum is a good one, and Wells has to be strong in the carry. He's done well to make some metres from a difficult situation. Whitlock, lovely pass along to the edge. Here's Jack Saxton again, opening things up. The sprinter looks for support on the inside. Comes from Harry Way, who goes back the other way to Dutoy. And all of a sudden, Taunton on the front foot and winning a penalty. And that is a touch of pure magic from Seth Whitlock and the way he set that play up.
Yeah, absolutely. Sexton again, just really impressive with his pace when he just comes through, and then the link play as well. I'd have to see a replay, but I thought potentially Oakham unlucky not to get the holding on call there.
Way taps and goes to Wells. And there's Oakham hands on this ball, but there's also Taunton ruckers who do a good job. There they go again. Zip on that pass too. Wells takes it into his orbit. Way can't get it first time. Gallimore. Fighting hard is Ben Porter. Great chance this for Taunton to take the lead. Improbably it would feel like if they were to do it, but they are in striking distance. So Taunton are going to take the points when they're presented, and Whitlock aiming for his third successful kick of the match. No problems for the inside centre, and Taunton go back to their half, bagging another 3 and edging ever closer.
Yeah, they came out of that second half right at the start wanting to fight, and that's what you have to do when you're the side that's behind. So to come out and bring that game just ever so much closer, really important. And there is a slight bit of confusion from our side as commentators, as there's a few players with the same shirt number, so if we get your son's name wrong, like, that could be why.
Here is one of those players with 2 numbers on the field. The hooker in the blue scrum hat. We had him down as Vimo Jagadis, but rumours are circulating that may well be Morgan Jenkins. Anyway, what an impressive player he is. Collins and White. This is Clatworthy, the Welshman at number 10 for Oakham. Lovely hard direct line. As Oakham look to steady themselves a little. There's Johnson and Casimir. White, Clatworthy. Numbers here. Parker Bailey, the hooker. Now here's Stone. So difficult to pull down, as he's proved numerous times, and does so again. Clatworthy bringing in Roman Persona. Watch out. Big carry, claimed. Charles Lloyd on the charge again. Bailey's pass doesn't go. Alex Forshaw, the left winger, has to tidy up, and the pace has gone out of Oakham's attack. So who will bring it up to speed again? Henry Johnson might be that man. Bailey. Oh, he's driven backwards well by Gallimore, but they're close again, Oakham. Now it's there, and it lands in the right place in the end, although a forward pass.
So they're going to come back, because that line there from Noah Hendry was fantastic. Really great straightening line to go over.
Pick and go. Johnson, he's there. Bardi knocks it on in the process.
So goes for quick tap, try catch him off guard, but just in the tackle. That angle there isn't going to show us, but yeah, look, knocked it on. The call.
Caden Lampard has to take a vast chunk of the credit there. Excellent work from the number 8s, playing in the second row, up against Johnson on that occasion. Charles Lloyd on the rampage. Good offload. Oakham setting up camp again, and then picking and going, and they want this score. like nothing else. Metre away again. Referee's hand in the air. And Taunton shown a yellow card. Parker Bailey stands over this. Taps and goes. Bailey charges, scores, gets the job done.
Yeah, it felt inevitable really, right from having 2 goes at it, 1 going forward, 1 knock on, and then on the 3rd attempt they go over. Parker Bailey getting involved for his 2nd with the tap, and Carey gets low, gets the score for his side.
So whilst Taunton are down to 14, Liam White to add to Parker Bailey's score. And he's put it right through. Composed kicking from Liam White. So Oakham lead 26 points to 17 over Taunton. Collins kicks off. And whether Taunton can play quite at the same pace and width that they would like to do, Kat, whilst they're a player down, will be a point that will be interesting to see.
Yeah, absolutely. But the score's not a huge one, so if they can chip away at it and play with confidence, they can definitely at least narrow that gap, if not more.
May well have been Monty Wells that they lost, their talisman and captain. Penalty comes. Good nudge from James Collins. And despite Wells, Taunton aiming to take on Oakham's line out. And this will be an organisational challenge as much as anything for Taunton. The calls having to be rejigged. Working out who's going to stand in for Wells. Caden Lampard is the man to go, and he taps it down, but it's not clean for Way, and he's bundled over by Carson Meir. It was a push from Meir.
Yeah, pushed off the ball. So penalty against, so they'll get another go at it. That line out though needs to be a bit more sympathetic on the ball down to the 9, because otherwise he's going to put him under a lot of pressure.
Take 2 for Taunton. Lampard's at the front again. Doesn't take it cleanly, and Oakham have it. And there's space here potentially for Oakham to go from distance. And they race to it, bursting onto the outside. And cutting back in is Noah Hendry. But a forward pass as he tried to connect with White.
Yeah, I like their style. They're looking to play right from their own defensive try line. They saw an opportunity with that turnover at the line out, because back three are always going to be deep. They're going to be out of place. So to just attack that space out wide, really smart play.
Eric Gallimore needing to play 8 for Taunton, but he's going to start on the open side at least. Taunton scrum holding as well as it can, minus Monty, and the backs go to work and they put it together nicely. Collins still going the fly half. Tackling from Hallam.
Yeah, you're good there, hold there.
Gallimore slips it on to Ben Porter. Here's Webber. Puts his head down. Makes the meters he needs to. Here's Whitlock. Collins. Pace slows right down, but this is maybe where Taunton can play to their best and come up with something from nothing.
Playing with that offside advantage, so they get to come back and have a go. Collins is a great player. I tell you what, he reads the game very well and can create something out of nothing.
Shot called.
It's like he's playing in a slightly time-adjusted world where he has about 3 seconds more than anybody else on the field.
Yeah, I think from a Taunton
shot's been called,
point of view as well, I think if you've got Collins and Saxton linking up, that's a very dangerous combo to be trying to defend against, as both are quick, have the skill set as well.
Well, on the field right now is a water boy for Taunton of a very special kind, Casper Reeves, a man who played at the weekend for England under-18s, isn't able to play this encounter because of that England involvement, but he's a terrific talent and he'll be hurting as much as anyone not to be out there helping Taunton School try to claw their way back into things. Whitlock's kick just goes to the right.
Yeah, slightly wide, but they do now receive a kick, so they get to attack again. It's not a bad option, as they've kicked for the corner a couple of times. It's not gone well for them, so actually you've got to think outside, do something different.
Find the kicker.
White puts it into the sunlight. Collins, with all that time, chooses to go to Whitlock, who chases after his own. It's right down White's throats. And Collins comes forward for this, takes it well. Nice spin from the fly half, and then he goes again, and the creativity is off the scale with Taunton's fly half.
Not held, play on.
Church.
The outside, we're taking
Physicality off the scale with Oakham's captain and scrum half. Here's another man who likes to mix it physically.
No roll, you're good over the ball, but there's no roll, can't reward you.
I think that was on for to go for a jackal there and potentially get holding on.
They did the job when they arrived. Here's Saxton, again at a very high speed. Jack Saxton moving through the gears and taken high.
14.
Gallimore, the open sides, really just holding the fort whilst the ref blew his whistle, and cards now being shown. Monty Wells will be back on if he's not already for Taunton School.
Yeah, Monty.
And there is Wells.
14, high tackle. Yeah, good.
So Oakham down to 14, and
yeah, right there.
The intrigue rises a notch or two. Can Taunton now, with 20 minutes remaining, but 6.5 minutes against 14 men, make this count?
Saxton line break, so he looks to potentially do a 2-on-1, then realises actually he can almost jog round himself, and then that cover tackle coming too high and gets the yellow card.
Weber just goes over him, but Barbouche was there. From 6 metres out, Taunton's forwards take on Oakham. And they make headway. Getting closer to the posts as well.
No, you're always going back. You're not holding
Does the job again, Jenkins. Oakham well set for this though. And the arm wrestle begins. And there's Lampard. And they roll and they score. And Taunton have taken on Oakham's forwards and they have crossed. And Artem Barbouche comes up with the ball.
So they've shown what they can do when they move it wide. They get to their speedsters now. They're showing as well what their pack can do. And staying composed, in tight, being physical, going route one.
He's a confidence kicker, Seth Whitlock, and he's feeling confident this afternoon. Another one knocked right through. Taunton 24, Oakham 26.
And still with just under 5 minutes of the yellow card left remaining for Oakham, so Taunton to really want to take that opportunity to potentially take the lead for the first time in this game.
Doesn't feel like it's a time to sit back and consolidate for Taunton, does it, Kat? They've got to come again. Because Oakham at full strength with their defensive mindset are very difficult to break down.
Red mark.
Yeah, they are. They've got a relentless
Off
wave
the line,
of attack,
guys.
really using their pack in particular to just carry.
And line, no, on me, guys, back.
And the kick beats everyone there.
No contest. It's jumped, not lifted.
Oakham's line out does get to Collins quickly. Whitlock and Saxton, and the numbers lining up here and lining up very nicely. Ethan Smith. Way. Gallimore. Collins, so many options for him. Wells is the right one. He pops it on to Jenkins, who gets it back to Collins.
That's some lovely phases of play they were putting together there.
Carson Meir found himself in the right place for the interception.
Step.
And here he goes again. But Taunton have the hands on, and Gallimore's taken it along the line. That's dropped by Porter. Whitlock goes and goes, but he has to come back.
Yeah, filtered in there. But that was better phases of attack there from Taunton, looking really dangerous with that until they ended up passing it away. But there's it was going to potentially be that holding on penalty, but actually ref decides to let it play out, and stealing the ball was enough. But had they actually have had the penalty of holding on there, then when it was dropped, they would have been able to come back for penalty advantage. So I think it had done enough to slow the ball down to potentially warrant that penalty. But
red ball.
There we go. See what happens now. And is that Collins that was down? It is Collins, yeah, he was down, but luckily for Taunton he is up and on his feet, because he's been having an outstanding game.
I think looks alright.
Such a well-regarded rugby school for many years, Taunton, but only in a 15-a-side final for the first time in the National Schools Cup competitions today. Their under-14s, though, did get to a Roslyn Park Sevens final around a decade ago. So anyone watching on who was part of that team, well done to you. That's a hard thing to do. Get to the latter stages of Roslyn Park. Coming up next week, of course, Schools Rugby basically takes over after the Six Nations. Before the Women's Six Nations begins in April. It's a busy time of year. Now Johnson picks and goes. He's been busy, but Taunton have shut him down again. No one has been busier than this man, Charles Lloyd, and he's stomping all over Taunton players again.
No advantage. No, he hasn't got control of it.
Charles Lloyd, though, looks like he is down. It looks like it might just be cramp, but he's done some work right there. A second row as well, and he's speedy, isn't he, as well, with his carry. So just barges his way over, and then that offload, beautiful, can't be taken, but the skill set to get it away and vision, great from a second row, especially to have that, just pace and power.
Second rows are expected to be athletic, Cat, these days, but Charles Lloyd is pushing that parameter.
Athletic for sure, and skillful, but yeah, he's playing, I would say, more like that, a fourth back rower, like getting in there, or maybe even a centre, you know. But he's really getting involved.
.50 seconds remaining until Oakham go back up to full strength, but it's Taunton ball. This power play is elapsing. Great position this though for Taunton, and the scrum is solid. Way. Whitlock, he's going to go himself this time. Keeping unpredictable. Oakham almost snaffling it. Collins charged down by Johnson. There's Hendry now. And Oakham on the charge instead.
No, it's in.
Church. Lloyd. Krukov. Matthew Chatworthy wants it. Gives it to Otto Stone. Ball's come forward here. Spun away by Peroni.
Playing knock-on advantage, Blue.
And they've got an advantage here as well. Taunton still with the numerical advantage for the last few moments. Saxton doesn't get that kick through. Great defence from Krukov.
Second knock on.
Yeah, really good defence covering across, because they know how much pace Saxton has, so they'll want to make sure they don't give him any time or space on the ball. But good hands to get it wide. That's a hard pickup as well. It's right by his feet to then gather it and be able to put it away. But yeah, kick not quite coming off.
10.
He's got a certain swagger, Jack Saxton, hasn't he? Scrum hat on, runs at lightning speed, short black socks instead of the blue school rugby socks he should be wearing.
Are you the sock police? Are you one of those? There are people that absolutely hate short socks, and you one of them?
I'm an admirer.
Okay, you're a fan. Yeah. Of the swag. Yeah.
When you wear it well.
That's it. It's like white boots, isn't it? If you wear white boots, you've got to be quick. You've got to be good.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Way. And Whitlock. And back on the field is Taylor now. Here's Saxton, the man with the swagger. And he's going sashing away right through the middle. Here he goes, Jack Saxton. Tackled well.
No.
Oakham have got their hands on this, and they've pinched it back on the floor. Absolutely crucial for them.
Never lost.
White's caught though, and Taunton almost with a chance.
Hold there, Blue, good.
Lloyd.
Hold there.
Doing the grunt work this time. Good kick downfield. Made sure that Saxton got nowhere near it.
Yeah, you want to make sure with those, you just want to relieve the pressure, get it as deep as you can so you can set defensively into that, because Taunton definitely have their tails up.
Red, stick, red. Yeah, hold there.
Cleverly keeping it on the floor. but they can't set any momentum off with the rolling maul.
Hands out, no, hands out, hands out. No,
Oakham have taken it instead. Fine work from the big boys up front. Taunton though, and the loose forwards get their own back.
And what do they do here? 2 points down, kickable.
One neck roll.
Do they go for it?
Whitlock has
Yes.
been on form, but this is the toughest distance and angle he's faced. Not to mention the situation.
Situation is everything.
Look at Casper Reeves, he's on as quickly as can be, offering some water to Whitlock. The man that scored the all-important try in the semi-final for Taunton. Hasn't missed today in the plaint final. To put Taunton into the lead for the first time. Whitlock on target, but just short.
Keep retreating, Reds.
Taken though, instead by Peroni, and Taunton are straight back into it. This is Porter. The kick missed. Ancient history by now. Taunton refocusing.
Ball's available if you want it.
Away to the left with Way, and Wells, he just passes it to an Oakham player. And they're going to clear their lines here. But it's going to bounce, dangerously so. Fighting hard for this is Mansfield. He's got in on the ball. Saxton has to ruck, and Oakham have won it back. What a few seconds from Oakham School.
Yeah, that was a really fantastic kick chase there. Tackle, get on the feet, go for the, put the pressure on to make sure support got back, and they didn't, so got that holding on penalty.
And 6 minutes remaining, more or less. And Taunton now a long way from where they need to be.
Yeah, that's the way to turn it around, isn't it? To be defending on your own try line, to slightly fortunate to get past the ball too, but from that moment they really switched it on.
Can Oakham close this conversation down?
Advantage.
They're 5 metres away again. And they have the penalty too. And quickly wanting to take it is Parker Bailey. He goes, he's so powerful from close range. Parker Bailey.
Release, tackle there.
Just stopped short by Taunton, who are hanging by a thread now. The referee's arm in the air. Oakham have the score. And most probably the plate final that comes with it.
Yeah, that's one way to frustrate a team who thinks they're going to take the lead for the first time, and then they're all the way down the other end being scored against. But that's credit to Oakham and how they've just stayed so controlled of this, in control of this game.
15.
And when those forwards get close to the try line, they know exactly how to get over it.
Going to tell 4-5 to go.
Kicking display has been impressive from both teams, and their place kickers, Liam White, lines this up. Can't get the distance. Very nearly did too, but it just knocks the post and bounce back off it. So we are, interestingly, at 7 points behind. Now this is where it becomes all important what the criteria is, because if Taunton were to score a converted try now and level it up at 31 all, it would be Oakham that win the competition, nonetheless, because they have scored more tries, even if Taunton get another one. So it's a 7-point difference, but it's really worth 8 points effectively. Taunton have to score 8 if they are to win the plate final over the next 3.5 minutes.
Set!
Johnson picks and goes on Oakham. Church, good hands from the captain, and he's away, Will Church. Lifts it off the floor. Oakham on the charge, and this one puts the tin lid on the plate final. It's Will Hallam's second. The forwards on the rampage again, and Oakham School now can really celebrate.
Absolutely they can, and the forwards linking so well in that, and there's a great breakthrough there from Church. Scans, he doesn't decide to give it to the right, maybe for the fear of the interception, but does get the offload, and then the power play through there from Hallam, absolutely spot on.
So Liam White nudges it through, and Oakham with a healthy buffer now. And Cat Merchant, can you talk us through your options and ultimate selection for the Continental Tyres player of the match?
Absolutely, I'd say for Taunton, Saxton has been awesome. Collins at 10 as well has been amazing. For Oakham, I'd be looking at Noah Hendry, I think's been good. Parker Bailey's been good, but my player for sure is Charles Lloyd. Second row has been absolutely outstanding. He's been everywhere today and has carried, we haven't got the stats, but I'm going to say 30 times. He's been everywhere.
Let's give him the 30, yeah. It's felt like that.
Yeah. No, Monty, no. It's on the line.
Well played, Charles Lloyd. The Continental Tyres player of the match, but there's time still, and there's willing players on both sides of the ball. Taunton wanting to head back in to the fray, but Oakham wanting to get to grips with them. Here's Will Taylor and Webber, who's also been good for Taunton in the second row. Charlie Webber.
Advantage. Playing penalty advantage.
Wells, he's hit back by Lloyd.
No roll, 13.
Here goes Jenkins. Good hitch and go, close to the line. He's still going. Morgan Jenkins.
No rack, no.
Now Charlie Webber.
Advantage.
Ball goes forward in the tackle. And how quickly rugby matches can change the scoreline. 12 points the difference now, and of course moments ago Taunton were hoping to take the lead.
Yeah, just a few minutes ago, really, so it just can happen so quickly. 2 tries back to back.
Final play.
But this was a lovely tap and go here. Strength from the hooker. Just bounces one, bounces another, keeps going as we come into final play now.
And what a contest it's been. So much quality on display.
Points!
Oakham are going to end this with the ball in their hands. Just depends how much rugby they want to play from here on in, and with the result secured, they want to start those celebrations. The captain ends the match, Will Church, after overseeing Oakham School beating Taunton School in the Continental Tyres plate final. They've won the cup on 3 occasions. In 2026 they will finish with the plate. A performance built on forward dominance, but power and precision, and their backs played their part when they needed to as well. So well played to those boys in black and red, especially and also in blue for Taunton. This is how day began. Oakham at a furious pace. Within a minute, the two lock forwards combining. Otto Stone, the man to cross. And then Parker Bailey, the hooker, with a pushover try. And Oakham were 12 points to the good early on.
Yeah, Saxton coming back to that right-hand side with a lovely long pass out wide.
Try was by Morgan Jenkins, we understand now, in the blue scrum hat. And this try was by Will Hallam, reaching and placing. Jack Saxton with maybe the try of the match, fighting his way through all sorts of Oakham players to score a beauty just before half-time. Bailey got his second here, the hooker.
Yeah, a real go-to player for them, obviously, when they're close to the line.
It was Artem Babush's moment to get on the score sheet, and then this was how things were finished off by Oakham. Church running free, really for the first time the scrum half had a great game, but on the front foot that time. And then this, the skip and the dive and the celebrations beginning. It's Oakham's trophy in the end, Kat, but another great advert for the game. And I suppose for Taunton School, how will they not be feeling because of the result, but because of their performance? How do you think they will be looking at that?
Yeah, performance, I think they had some moments of brilliance, and they've got clearly some really talented players in that squad. You mentioned there's a few of them missing today that would have loved to have been out there, so I think they stepped up really well and played a competitive game against a really great Oakham side.
Never find yourself up against a bad Oakham side, that's for sure. This is, again, with all the hallmarks of the school typically, even from the days of Ian Dosser-Smith, who ran the rugby campaign back in the early noughties, and Andrew Rice as well, who was overseeing things in 2023 for that cup final. This is now the turn of Rupert Harden, but this collective group of boys, and nothing smacks of a rugby celebration than a good old bundle. Busy sporting term for those at Oakham School as well. They've got, right now, their under-16 girls are in the plate final for hockey. Their under-18 boys are still going in their hockey competition. So it's actually fewer numbers that are able to travel down for today, but we understand a fairly hefty chunk of players watching on, and parents as well from afar. So no doubt one to celebrate when they get to meet in person. Well, whilst the tournament organisers hastily arrange the trophy presentation, we are going to take a short break, but we'll be back very soon with the trophy presentation.
Double Olympic gold medalist, Matt Westman.
When Matt came into camp, firstly on a personal level, like, he played for my community rugby club, he played for Sevenoaks. So for him to come in on this week was sort of full circle moment for me. We spoke about people that we've played with grounds we've played at, dinner ladies that we've both eaten their curries off, you know, that kind of thing. And then I guess the journey that he had to go and win 2 gold medals just gone, and the disappointment he experienced 4 years earlier. And I think a lot of the boys, certainly the boys that have been here from the end of the 2023 World Cup, that resonated highly with a lot of them in terms of, you know, wanting to right some wrongs, but also like seeing like a 4-year plan as not something that just, it's not all smooth sailing. Like he didn't just win everything from 2022 to 2026. He had ups and downs, he had plans, he saw progression, but it wasn't always winning. And there he is standing in front of us with 2 gold medals. So I think a lot of the boys hit home with a lot of them in terms of like, we're on the right path here. 2 losses doesn't necessarily mean that we're not on the right path. But yeah, it's pretty inspirational to rub shoulders with some.
So Taunton School received their runners-up medals in this maiden outing in a National Schools 15-a-side final. And everyone across that squad and the wider squad and the rugby programme really distinguishing themselves well today. Great brand of rugby that they play. And they fronted up physically against a massive Oakham pack. Means their overall season reads 1-10, lost 5, drew 1. They've got a very tough circuit around them. They play Millfield a couple of times, Seaford, Sherburn, Blundells. Those battles having toughened them for this one. And had the wind swung in a slightly different direction at a certain point, they may well have found themselves in front with 6 minutes to play. But that is just the way in rugby. Finest of margins separating teams. Cap Merch, I'm still thinking of if Ben Earl had taken that kick through in the latter stages of England-France the other day, then things would have been so different.
Yeah, it's those moments, isn't it? And they're the ones that haunt you as well, that you hold on to.
And here are the winners of the plate final in 2026. Oakham had some exciting days out this season. Their quarter-final they played at Goldington Road, the home of Bedford Blues. Wonderful stadium. And that would have been a fine outing, followed by their semi-final, a close one against Ellesmere College, and in Ealing this afternoon, the most exciting of the lot. Really big squad that they picked from this season. We mentioned in the live commentary, 32 players have played for Oakham School's first team this season. Only 17 were able to be selected for this final, so there's an awful lot of players who have contributed to this run, to the success, that aren't able to even don a shirt today. Here goes Will Church, captain from scrum half, who is bringing over the plate. So Oakham School, the under-18 Continental Tyres plate winners.
There are a few of you I can't see, but if you don't want to be in the shot, you don't want to be in the shot. So straight to me, please. A couple more.
Oakham with more silverware to take back to Leicestershire in 2026. It is the plate competition that is theirs. Congratulations to Oakham School, a fine performance in the final this afternoon in Ealing, and equally congratulations to Taunton School, who they beat. A very, very good advert for schools rugby in the Continental Tyres Schools Cup competition this year. Brings an end to their 15-a-side season. We'll hopefully see them at Roslyn Park next week. It still goes on for these schoolboys. For us, it goes on tomorrow. We have the under-15s competition being wrapped up. 4 matches starting at 10:30 tomorrow. And if you're joining us for that, then we will see you tomorrow here from Ealing. But for today, if you've just joined for this one, we hope you've enjoyed watching on wherever you've been. Thanks very much and have a very good rest of the day.
Can I get captain when you've done go?